think we're back now, are we, Alan? I hope so. And we do, good on you, mate. And we do welcome you here today to Mount Evelyn. There, we've lost a bit of audio there, but we are here today for the AFL Outer East Division 1's game of the day. It's Mount Evelyn taking on Monbulk here at the Gary Martin Oval in Mount Evelyn. Mount Evelyn currently sitting second, Monbulk first. Both haven't been defeated. Mount Evelyn have won 4 games, and against Monbulk's 3. They have had the bye, so it should be an absolute beauty of a game. With me at the moment is Liam Vertigan. Good afternoon to you, Liam.
Hello, Leo, and hello, everyone, wherever you may be listening this afternoon or even watching through the AFL Outer East Facebook page or through GameFace this afternoon, which Blake has got set up for us this afternoon. We hope you're well and we'll enjoy the coverage of the game today. Should be fantastic, Leo, this game, as we've already said so far this afternoon. Top 2 teams, and the weather it's started to fine up a little bit, but it's still a very cool afternoon down here in Mount Evelyn.
It is. It's very, very fresh. The sun's shining at the moment. We've had everything at the moment. The only thing we haven't had is probably hail and rain, so Blake's hoping it doesn't happen. He is on the roof bringing you these pictures, so we thank you, Blake, for getting all that wired up, and hopefully you will enjoy your day and hopefully get no rain at all. Cameron Hudson will be with us a little later on. He's just doing a bit of a tour around Yarra Valley through the local coffee shops, I think, Liam, so he'll be looking after himself, no doubt about that. Looking forward to this game here. We've gone through some of the games which are going to be taking place in and around town, so looking forward to all the scores coming through. We'll keep you up to date as well as we can. Earlier on today in the under-19s, we saw Mount Evelyn 11-6, 72 defeat Monbulk 2-6, 18. Really good game of under-19 football. And at the moment, as you can see on the scoreboard there at Mount Evelyn, 9 goals, 22. Been watching a bit of St Kilda, I think, Liam. 76 leading Monbulk 4-5-29 in the reserves game. So
9-23 actually.
9-23. Well, they're getting better all the time, aren't they? That's that's very poor kicking. I'm sure the goals are the correct width. It's not like they've got very narrow goals here, so you can't actually miss them at all. But a couple of players we're going to be looking at in today. We've got both leading goal kickers here today, Liam. We've got Taylor Joyce there at Monbulk. He's sitting on 18 goals for the season so far. And taking him on will be Michael Gibbons, who's kicked 14 at the moment for Mount Evelyn. So could be a bit of a shootout on this small ground if the weather stays good.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a good contest between 2 big forwards. I'm also looking forward to seeing Ethan Greenall for Monbulk today. He's come across from Alinda Ferny Creek this year, and when I saw him in round 1, had a real big impact in their win against Officer. So hopefully he can take that a little bit further today and really lead the charge in the middle for Monbulk.
He can do. Good player, Ethan Greenall. Andy, of course, his old man was a gun player as well. So surprised when I saw the name, I thought, oh, gee, that's a bit of a surprise. I didn't think he was ever going to leave Alinda. There's such a club that not many players leave that particular club, and to go to the arch enemy too in Monbulk. It's interesting to see how they go. At the moment too, Collingwood are taking on the might of the Sydney Swans, and it's 3-1-19. Collingwood 2 behinds Sydney at this stage, and 11 minutes to go in the first quarter there, so the Pies are up and running. Everyone's hoping the Swans win. Is that right, Leo?
Oh, yes.
We'd like to see all that. Other games going to take place. The Mighty Hawks are taking on the Mighty Kangaroos down in Tassie. Oh, it's going to be cold down there at 2:10.
Be about 4 degrees down there today.
Oh, yeah, that could be the I think it's for the number 1 draft pick cup.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. The Gold Coast are going to take on Brisbane up at Metricon at 4:35. The Tigers take on GWS at Marvel under the roof. They're not happy about it at 7:25. They reckon they want to play on a G.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I reckon GWS could cause an upset in that game.
Ooh, let's see how they go. Port Adelaide take on the Bulldogs over in Adelaide at 7:40. And on Sunday, the Bombers take on Freo at Marvel at 1:10. Melbourne take on Carlton. Should be a beauty there at the G at 2:20. Go D, says Dave Oaten. And West Coast will take on the Crows over there in Perth at 4:40 on Sunday. So we'll see how all that goes. But looking forward to this game here today. Small ground. They have to create space themselves here, Liam. Otherwise, it gets very, very blocked up. Mount Evelyn love playing this game on this ground. They like to switch to play. They like to go short, maintain possession, Geelong style, and they love to switch play out to the scoreboard side of the ground. It's interesting to see whether Coach Mark Fisher still plays that side of game, style of game again for Mount Evelyn. Probably sees them all right on this ground, but when they get on the bigger ground, it seems to cause a bit of problems for them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it'll be you'll get a good idea in about the first 10 or 15 minutes of the game which way the game's going to go. It's going to be a magnificent game of football, as we've already touched on, as the reserves game just finishes up here. Mount Evelyn 11-23-89. That's the same score that Geelong had in the 2008 grand final, just as a useless fact.
Yes, everyone remember that.
Over the Hawks there, 4-5-29. So a 60-point win there to the Rovers.
Well, that's gone and finished. So how can you remember things? I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Oh, it's just photographic memory, mate. That's what Mum and Dad say. So
Yeah, no, that's good.
we'll take their word for it.
Well, absolutely too. So that game's been run and won. So well done there. 2 wins there for Mount Evelyn. I think they're playing for a community cup here too for football today. Mount Evelyn and Monbulk. It'll be interesting to see how they go. I hope the jumpers don't clash too much. Both wearing maroon jumpers. I know Monbulk do have a clash strip, but they're waiting for their jumpers to arrive. So everything's been held up a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But good sportsmanship by all players these days. Liam, good to see that. They all come out and shake hands at least.
They're good to see, considering in about the second quarter there was a bit of a jumper punches and that going on sort of stuff.
Just showing each other, just say good day to each other. Keep warm, that's all they try and do. I think that's what they try and do. So I can let you know the umpires today too. Joshy McKenna out here today with Lee Walters, and if they were still allowed to bounce the ball, Lee Walters is probably the best bouncer of a football I've ever seen, but they won't let him do it. We've got Harry Marsh and Bobby Simpson. Not the cricketer, by the way, being in goal umpires. We've got the 2 Priestley boys, T&D. I don't know their first name, so we'll call them T&D Priestley. So hopefully they have a good game as well. Now the rain just set in after the sun was shining. Blake's come back indoors. He doesn't like the wet weather.
I'll just get this question out nice and early. Which end is the Gembrook end today?
Gembrook end is to your right, of course, and the other end is to the river end or the creek end or no man's land.
Yep.
No, I don't think too many humans have been down that end of the ground. The ball sometimes just disappears. Usually get a beautiful family of kookaburras around here too. I haven't seen them today, but they're normally hanging around here too. We've gone through some of the games today, some of the more interesting games. I think Yarra Glen taking on Powtown last week was an absolute beauty. You did that game. How did that all pan out in the Pride Cup?
I thought that Powtown were a little bit unlucky, to be completely honest. They started forming a pretty good late challenge, but obviously when you give a side a bit too much of a head start, it's not always going to go the way you want in the end. And full credit to Yarra Glen. They played a good game of footy last week, and really deserved that win. And I think Powtown will take a lot out of that game and take an awful lot into the game against Yarra Junction today.
Yeah, it was interesting with Powtown because I looked at their side right at the start of the year before any games were played, and I thought, wow, they've got a very, very good stride, very strong, very tall. I thought they were going to dominate there in Division 2, but they've been found out a couple of times, so it's not as one-sided as we might think. So good to see Yarra Glen get on top of that. Yea and Alex taking on each other today in Division 2. The derby up there at Yea ground. It's a beautiful ground up there. The Rebels struggle there sometimes, but I think they're going to be too good for Yea up there today, so that should be a beauty. And the other one, Yarra Junction, taking on Powtown at the Eagles Nest. Another bit of a derby, so to speak. They used to be not liking each other very much when it came to football. Liam, why is it when neighbours play footy or cricket, it's a grudge match, but it always seems to be the way. So we'll see how those two sides go there. In Div 1, some of the other games being played today. Belgrave at home to Gembrook Cockatoo. Well, that'll be interesting to see how they go down there at the Magpie Nest, or the Graveyard.
The Graveyard.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, hopefully the Brookers can get up on top of Belgrave. I know they're in the rebuilding phase at the moment, the Pies, so hopefully the Brookers can get on top there. Berwick Springs against Emerald. Well, they'll see how they go. Officer and Hillsville should be a beauty. They've got the bye, and that probably will hopefully just get them back on their feet again. Premier's going to be an interesting lot of rounds today because there's only a couple. Narry Warren already played a Linda back in on the 17th of April, and they had a good win. Upway at home to Cranbourne should be a beauty down there at the Silver Dome. Always hard to beat, but Cranny probably should get on top down there, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely. Your man Mark Holt might kick another 6 or 7 today, you'd think.
Oh, he's a gun. Just some of these blokes kick so many goals. It's absolutely incredible. Just either hungry, they are a good target, but he's a good grab and good player. Knows what the goals
he
are.
He can kick the footy too.
Well, that helps, and it's not a big ground down there, so and it's pretty good visible. The same here. The pockets aren't too deep, so even if you're on the boundary line, the goals are still quite open as well. Monbulk are just coming out onto the ground, led by their skipper and Jared Major, who's been around for a long, long time. Great player on the half-back flank, really ties him up. Plays bigger than his actual size as well. So we'll go into them a little bit while later. Woori at home to Doveton should be a real good game. I think Woori with the big monkey boys running around should probably have too many big guns, I think, there for the Doveton boys. And Alinda at home to Woori. Wandon at home to Pakenham. That should be another good game. But Wandon really played that game quite well indeed. Mount Evelyn have also come out on the park, so we'll get this game underway very, very soon. We'll have to wait and see. So both clubs are wearing a bit of maroon, so if you are watching through our live stream, we apologise if it gets a little bit dark here sometimes, but as I say, the ultimate strips haven't arrived just yet. So it should be a beautiful game of football here today. It's not often you see that both sides come out ahead of the umpires, Liam.
No, might be a little bit of a problem with the umpires this afternoon. Might not have the appropriate taping on the legs or something like that, or the shoulders. Who knows? But they've made the good decision to come out nice and 5 minutes before the game's supposed to start too. And there's no umpires yet. It's a bit strange, isn't it?
Oh, we'll have to wait and see how they go. So a couple of players at pretty even height. They used to be quite a big side, Mount Evelyn, but they're pretty even in height at the moment. Even Big Fuchsie is going to be playing out in the ruck. They're not a giant of a man, but very, very strong indeed. So it'll be interesting to see how they all play out there as well. Sean Jones, always been a good player here for Mount Evelyn, a very famous name, of course, the Jones name here at Mount East. So we'll have to see how they all go. Monbulk, well, they're a lot different to what they have been before. We've had a late withdrawal with who pulled out of the side? There was Paddy Barge pulled out of the side with a broken toe.
Ooh.
Had to call a tow truck to get him to the hospital.
Oh, that's sharp work. That's
I can't help that.
Quite humorous.
I tell you what, I have broken a toe kicking the couch once, and it really, really does hurt.
What are you doing kicking a couch?
I was stumbling after a bourbon, and I was just going to show my mate something or other, and it had a lump of wood on the bottom with his leg, and I did it. I didn't mean to do it. It did hurt. I even took a photo of it. I can show you that one day. Nice big black blue toe. But we'll see how they go. So they're going to miss Paddy Barge, but so coming in Ryan Gilbert for Paddy Barge. We'll see how they all go as well. John Heverin, well, he's a very good player, been there for a long, long time. Like I mentioned, Jared Major around the half-back line, always been very good. Ties them up together, links them all up, and they like to run the ball. So Monbulk usually like running and going straight down the middle of the ground against Mount Evelyn's little chipping. They love to go wide and then try and bring it in. So it'll be interesting to see if these two styles will be the same as what they used to be. A couple of young kids there. Joshy Spencer coming in for Monbulk. Should be a good little player. See how he goes. Good bit of pace out there. Shane Williams, a big retirement at this stage from what I hear. Trying to talk him back into play. He's been an absolute superstar for Monbulk. Came from Jimbrook originally. So it'll be interesting to see whether he comes back or not. I noticed the number 2 jumper hasn't been used. So whether they can talk Shane back into playing. I think last year was going to be his last year, Liam, and of course COVID put pay to a lot of people like that. So I think he might just see how they're travelling maybe mid-3/4 way through the season just to see whether we can play a bit of finals footy. But he is an absolute gun if they can talk him back into playing. And Shannon Cool, I think, is retired as well, so they'll miss those sort of players. Dean White, been around for a long time, number 23, got the long sleeves on here today, don't blame him. So he'll go quite well. Michael Langworthy, a stalwart for Monbulk, can play ruck, centre half forward, full forward, goal kicking machines as well in his day. Obviously not playing full forward with Taylor Joyce playing there, so we'll see whether he plays in the ruck. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where he goes. Shane Van Zetters was an emergency, but he played in the 2, so I'd say Langworthy will go in the ruck there. He'll probably play against Lockie Fuchs. I think he'll probably go in the ruck. And Robbie Hartfield, he's another one who used to kick a lot of goals, Liam. Used to play around the full forward area for Mount Evelyn. So we'll just wait and see where he goes. He's come out here. Good size of a man, a good kick of the football too.
Yes, indeed. Sort of lost what I had to say there. I was just taking a look at the live stream for a second. Also looking forward to seeing Ash Beck once again today for Monbulk. When I saw this team playing round 1, he sort of led up from the centre half forward position in those magnificent pink boots he's got on once again today, so he's easy to stand out. And looking forward, just as I've already said, hoping for another good game of footy. I'm looking forward to see actually a mate of mine having a run around today for Mount Evelyn, Caleb Van Beek. Yep,
he's got the mop of hair on his head, hasn't
he?
So
another bloke that'll be easy to make out.
Yeah, so there's a few players out there with... I'll probably follow him to the hairdressers and sweep up and keep and probably stick it on his head. He's got a hell of a mop. A couple of little players out there too. I don't know, Jackie Beamish there for Mount Evelyn. He's a junior's come through the side as well, and good little sharp rover, good kick of the football. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Now Mount Evelyn have got a number 3 out there, so that's we were told is not out there at the moment. So we're going to have to try and find out who that is. Might have to get that out in the record. Who is number 3 for Mount Evelyn?
I've already done enough running around this morning trying to get team lists.
We're going to have to find out. I might just go out and see the guy with the orange jumper. That's Chrissy Teal. He'll probably know who it is. Someone's probably changed the jumper. Coming out in the ground now, the umpires, the big muscular-looking fella, Lee Walters, against the very narrow Josh McKenna out there as well. So we'll see how they all play out. Hopefully umpires, they are 2 really good umpires. Josh McKenna, he's got a good future in front of him, I believe, as an umpire. And Lee Walters, who's been a stalwart around here for many, many years, a very good umpire, takes no rubbish from anyone. So we'll see how they all go. We've got to do the toss of the coin. Umpires are just sort of kind of doing their warm-ups, if you'd like to say that. In the centre, there's Ash Gibbs. Looks as though he's going to be. Is he going to be the skipper for today? Because I didn't get the captains for either side. Oh, Jared Major will be the captain. Yeah, Jared's coming in now for the toss of the coin. Looks as though Ashley Gibbs will be the skipper for Mount Evelyn, and we'll have the toss of the coin. And we'll see which way these go. Lee Walters just introducing everybody to each other, saying good day. And we'll. No one's got any money in that.
It's not the Murray from the Murray, is it?
Yeah, Ash Gibbs your skipper. Thanks very much. Someone sent me a message. Thank you very much. We need all the help we can get. Just waiting for the toss of the coin. And Mount Evelyn have won it, and they're going to kick to the creek end, or the no man's land end, as I like to call it. And Monbulk up to the Gembrook end.
Oh,
of course.
there it is.
Oh, of course. Aaron Bailey sent me that. Thanks, Bales. They're out and about as well. So Chris Teal, and they're just having a bit of a yarn to the umpires.
Tell you what, that's impressive to be listening in and get a text away so quickly.
Oh, mate, they
all over it, Bales.
Bales is he should have been called Eddie Bales because he is everywhere. So both sides just doing their final huddles at the moment, darkening off a little bit, and I think temperature's just dropped another couple of degrees too.
No, I think it might be 6.5 outside at the moment.
Glenn, the old scoreboard manager there at Monbulk, sitting down in front of us. He was the fastest scoreboard man you've ever seen in your life. Now, yeah, that made me a bit dizzy there.
Yeah, I saw that. A little bit of lag coming off the live stream there. So if you are watching on Facebook, just bear with us a little bit this afternoon.
Fine tuning.
As long as you got the audio, I think that's half the problem. But should be, I'll say it for about the 7th time, should be a good game of football.
Well, hopefully we'll just wait now. Umpires. Oh, it's Hale and Warby.
Oh,
Bales is over there. I'm glad you're there and here. I'm here, but I don't want to be in Monbulk and Olinda either.
I hope you're watching in the car, Bales. Jeez.
Oh, I hope he's out there. Umpire.
Freezing up there.
It will be too. It's going to be umpire McKenna are going to get us underway very, very soon in this game. And number 3, he's got red hair. We're going to have to get his name because I reckon he looks all right too. We'll find out who that is very soon.
Could call him Mullet Man.
Mullet Man, ginger, red, blue, whatever you want to call him. We'll find out for you a quarter time. So it looks like everybody's in position. Looks like Evelyn's going into the ruck here for Monbulk as the umpire does throw the ball up in the air. Fuchs gets the first tap out there for Mount Evelyn. Goes onto the cricket pitch. Fuchs picks it, pops it up in the air, thumps it again. Umpire just lets him play on at the moment. Kiff tried to get out of that, got tackled straight away with the football. There's no prior opportunity there, and it's going to be another ball up. Bit of pushy, shovey. Nicky Wall just saying, I'm here. And it's going to be a secondary ball up. So it's Ryan Fuchs in the ruck. Up he goes. Secondary tap out. He got once again. Number 3, the blue fella, got the handball out. Going on the ground. It was a Beamish. No, it wasn't Beamish. Beck, I beg your pardon. And he's won the free kick for Mount Evelyn. So right on centre wing in front of our broadcast position. Can go long. Does that to the top of the square. Over the back of the pack they go. Nobody could take that mark. They all just dive on each other. Jared Major, the skipper of Monbulk, on top of that. Umpire McKenna says, I can't get it out of there. I'm going to ball it up. And it's going to be a ball up. And as you mentioned earlier, Liam, we might just start to fog up. Here we go. Up in there, big leap this time. Nicely tapped out there by Wensley of Monbulk. Can they get out of it? They can't. Number 3's picked it up again. We'll get his name. And that's that far enough. Very short kick. Jackie Beamish has taken a mark anyway. And Mount Evelyn, opportunity to kick the first score of the afternoon. It's only about 30 metres out directly in front. And if it was St Kilda, we'd mark it down as a behind. Is that right, Liam?
Oh, I don't really mean to throw Max King under the bus, but the way he was kicking last night, he probably would.
Well, here we go. Jack Beamish, 30 metres out, probably going to kick 35 directly in front. Down to the creek end here at Mount Evelyn. Good little run up. Beautiful kick off the boot. Umpire does not have to move. And the first score of the afternoon goes the way of the Rovers. And Mount Evelyn are on that score. They go to 1 goal straight 6. Leading Monbulk yet the score. 1.5 minutes, quarter number 1. Good start, Liam.
Yeah, good start. Got the ball out of the middle nicely after a few stoppages. And a little panic, well, I wouldn't say a panic kick, a little quick kick around the body. Was lucky enough to find a target. And a nice finish there by Jack Beamish, as you said.
So that's all you can do. Get the ball straight down the middle of the ground. And luck's of fortune in front. That's what happens, isn't it? But get your kick. Be in front. And more often than not, the ball's dropped short. So, lively player, your mate. Up she goes. Evelyn, tap out. Back on the cricket pitch, straight in the centre circle. Players are getting thrown out without the football and the free kick. Yep, it certainly is. It's going to go to way Damien Kift.
So Kiff now takes the free kick in the middle of the ground. He gets called to go. The smother was off the boot there. It's very well done there by Monbulk. They've done well. They'll get a stoppage here. They'd be a little bit frustrated with that. They had a chance to go inside 50 once again. Then the Rovers and the little handy smother off the boot there stopped any sort of chance. Ball's back in the air now. The tap out was won by Fuchs, who's gone into the ruck now. The ball's going to go to the edge of the square and nearly go in Monbulk's forward 50, but they come away with it once again here, Mount Evelyn. The handball came from Gibbons, and it's going to be tied up once again. The ball's bobbling around. Actually, it comes out, and the ball's going inside forward 50. They'll look for a mark. Good fist there. Nearly was going to be marked there by Monbulk, but they did well to get it out. The ball will be kicked inside forward 50 once again. There's no one home. The ball's dribbling towards goal, and this time it'll go through for a minor score. Rush behind. Monbulk are away for the afternoon. One behind, plays one straight. 3.5 gone, nearly first quarter here.
Well, we've got a strange number there, 35 for Monbulk as well, so we're going to have to find out who that is too. And they told us all the numbers were correct, don't you? Don't like that. Big long kick in. Out to the scoreboard side of the ground here, ball by Mount Evelyn. Good spoils. Punch straight back over the boundary line, right into the Monbulk coaching box. So we've got another query there. We'll find out all this at that quarter time if we can. Liam's keen to get warm, so we'll send him around the boundary lines. Throwing Fuchs. Ryan got the little tap out once again. Can they break out of the pack? Quick kick out of the pack. It was by Beecroft of Monbulk. Very, very high. Close to the boundary line. That's been kept in. Little kick come out of the pack, and we only went about 2.5 feet. And umpire's going to have to ball this up if I can't get out. I can't see where the footy is at the moment. Oh, it has popped out the back of the pack. There's a good tackle. Is it in the back? I'd pay it that way. It has been paid that way. And the free kick is going to go the way of Monbulk. We'll pick it up in a minute.
Mutchler's got it.
Is it Mutchler?
Yep.
So Mutchler's got the free kick. Tight angle. 40 metres out. Going to start his run up just in front of the coaching box. As I said to you before earlier, it does open the goals, these pockets here, Liam. So good opportunity here for Mutchler. Good looking kick off the boot. Will it make the distance? It's going to land in the goal square over the back of the pack. No one could take the mark. It's just bobbling up and down. I think that's hit the behind post. It has. And it's going to be a throw in forward pocket. The Jimbrook will pavilion into the ground here. Of course, this pavilion will be knocked down in a couple of weeks, Liam, and there'll be a brand new building coming up very, very soon. I've seen the plans. Looks absolutely magnificent. Langworthy took it out of the ruck from Monbulk. Got a quick kick, but it was smothered. Fuchs does the same thing. Got a longer kick out for Mount E. That's centre half forward, and there's a very good mark. Strongly taken. That looks like Callum Urquhart. It is Callum Urquhart. He's fat now compared to what he used to be, Liam, and he's still only about 55 kgs out on the outer side. He was a stick with the wood carved off in his day. Number 3, he's going to get plenty of it. We're going to have to find out who that is. And Mount Evelyn, they can just relieve the pressure a bit as they go out in front of the scoreboard. Standing out in the darkness here, there's a whistle on play. Someone's been held in the marking contest. And the free kick, that's Urquhart. No, it's not going to be yours. It looks like Robbie Hartfield out there now. Socks down, orange boots. Where were they when I played, eh?
He's going back for a shot, is he?
You can kick a footy. So it's going to travel about 55 plus. Coming in, big, long kick of the football is Hartfield. Right to the edge of the square, no one could judge it. Except Monbulk, and they can come out now. They're about, it's taken a long time. They're going to have to come out into the broadcast van. That's all that's left over now, and they do so. Centre wing in front of the broadcast van. In front, couldn't take the mark, but hanging on there was a free kick. Another one. This time it's going to be paid here to Jones.
He goes inside forward 50 to a genuine one-on-one. Good fists came there from the Monbulk defenders. They go for a little dribbling kick down the line. It comes up on the half volley. The ball goes down the line once again. Another one-on-one. He pushes away his player. There was Beck, and he takes the mark. He's about 55 from goal. Slams the ball inside forward 50. There's someone out the back. Got there in time with a fist. It came off well. And the ball's dribbling around. That's your man, number 3, again with the clearing handball. I recognise that. Beck runs onto the ball again. He gets around one. He handballs over the top to Josh Spencer. Sorry, shot on goal.
Oh, I think that's hit the post.
Hits the post. Hit the post about 3/4 of the way up. It's Monbulk's second score of the afternoon. 2 behinds. Plays 1 straight. Nearly 7 minutes gone here, first quarter.
Looked good off the boot too, Liam. Unfortunately, just couldn't come back and hit the top of the post. 3/4 of the way up, and now Mount Evelyn with this extra bit of leniency coming out of full back. I don't like it. Kicks it into the centre of the ground here at Mount Evelyn. There's a lot of players around the football. Umpire just lets them play. Everyone's pleading for a free kick. Umpire McKenna says, I'll have none of it, and I'll ball it up. So right in the centre of the ground here at the Gary Martin Oval in Mount Evelyn. Up she goes. Good crowd in attendance as well. Fuchs doing quite well in the ruck for Mount Evelyn. And now it's going to be a secondary ball up. You can almost pay that in the back, I reckon, and just get it out of there. Brearley laying on top of his opponent. Just if you don't want to have these stoppages. Up she goes once again. Ryan Fuchs, nice little tap out once more. Kicking it off the ground there was Beamish before Mount Evelyn. Nobody can pick it up. Backing out of the pack and did it quite well. That was our friend number 35. We've got to find out who he is too. Out in front with the ball there was Hartfield. Couldn't keep it under control. Going back onto the ground. Recently kicking that behind was Spencer. He's at last up off the ground, and it's going to be another ball up back in the centre of the ground.
Ball in the air straight away. No one really won that ruck tap there. It just sort of fell between them. Little clearing kick came out there. No one in particular with the footy now. There's another number we don't have, is it? No,
Yep,
Decker, sorry. Decker goes towards the forward 50 and will just trickle out of bounds right in front of the Monbulk coach's box there. Out of side. So the ball will be tossed back in. It's on its way now. Tap out was won by Fuchs. He got there that time over Havern. And it's going to be locked up straight away once again.
Get that a lot. A little ground like this, Liam, you get a lot of, both sides are going to be playing a lot of players around the footy. You're going to get a lot of skirmishes, a lot of packs.
Ball up once again. Fuchs won the tap again. That time once again, Havern just went a little bit too early. And the ball was locked in once again. Another third stoppage. Umpire gets it up straight away. Havern won the tap that time. This time straight to a Monbulk player under pressure. And the ball's locked in again. Another stoppage, and the ball's probably gone half a metre in the last 4 stoppages. Ball straight up again. Fuchs won the tap. Little clearing kick that time came from Brearley. And it's going to come out for Mount Evelyn here as they push down the line right in front of their coach's box. And a good fist there came that time from Jared Major. But they've got a free kick going the way of Monbulk here. Not Monbulk, sorry, Mount Evelyn. And they'll look to go inside their forward 50 once again. Kick is on the way now. It's inside forward 50. Going back was 3 Monbulk players to spoil the ball, but running away with it now was Monbulk, but unlucky to fall over. Major had the footy. Kick down the line and pressure tackled immediately straight away. Another stoppage. We're going on the outer side this time. And we're going nearly 10 minutes here in the first quarter.
Up she goes once again. It's about 40 metres out. Mount Evelyn, can they get a score here? Close to the boundary line. Used to be a beautiful big tree out there. Monbulk trying to get their way out of it. White was the recipient of the handball. Under a lot of pressure. Fumbled it. Mount Evelyn picked it up. Right into the goal square they go. Nobody can take that mark. Or could have been a free kick to Monbulk. Quickly kicked out of the pack. And that was another player we haven't got. There's little number 31. There's another one we've got to check out now for Mount Evelyn. And someone's just rushed it through for a behind. And we're just watching that on the... Yep, so it's another rush behind there to Monbulk, to Mount Evelyn. They go to 1-1, 7. They lead at Monbulk 2 behinds. And we've been going now about 10 and a half in this first quarter. Right centre wing. Little handball came out. That was by Forbes of Mount Evelyn. Goes to centre half forward. Monbulk pick it up. On the left foot they go. Awkward looking kick. Langworthy in front of Jones. Langworthy on the left foot. Not too bad. Little old left foot torpedo. Goes all the way to the other side of the ground. Picked up over there by Decker. What can he do with it? Gets a short kick around the pack, but there's no Monbulk in there. And 9-Apps takes the mark for Mount Evelyn. Back pocket. Just on the outer side of the ground. And Apps goes long, centre wing, out of the side of the ground. Big leap there, couldn't take the mark there. Umpire lets him go. That was Gibbons with it. The big kick by Monbulk goes back to centre half forward. Standing in front, is that a mark to Banks? Umpire says no. Got pushed out just at the right time. There's going to be a ball up there 50 metres out from the Monbulk goal. A bit of a tame old start at the moment. Fuchs doing well, like I mentioned in the ruck. Just getting on top of Havern there, just a bit of extra height. But not making the most of it. Secondary ball up once again. He's going to have to take his runaway there, Heaven, if he tries to do it a bit earlier. Got that tap down, but it's Mount Evelyn to get away with it. Oh, the old, I like that. Handball in the air, and I'll go and get it myself. Long kick down there. Was that Beamish? It was. Goes to centre half forward, and a mark over the back. And this is Robbie Hartfield once more. Distance for this man is not a problem. 45-degree angle. You get a good look at it here through our live stream. He's only going to have to kick to about 30 metres. So we'll wait and see what happens there. So Robbie Hartfield has been a noted goal kicker over the years. Liam, so more of running around a bit more these days. Just a nice casual walk up. Goes a little bit to the right-hand side, creates a bit of a hook, that does, but I think it's going to hold its line good enough for long enough, and it's gone through for a goal to Mount Evelyn. Robbie Artfield's first goal, the second on the board there to the Rovers. They got a 2-1-13. They lead Monbulk 2 behinds, and we've been going now 12 and a half, quarter number 1. And Monbulk are just finding it a bit hard to penetrate their forward line, I think, Liam.
Yeah, at the start they've been around the ball enough, but they just can't get any clearing ball. I mean, they've had their opportunities to clear the ball on numerous occasions, but they just can't seem to link up well enough and get that ball down to the forward line, which is what they need. And I reckon just for the sake of a good game of footy, I reckon they need the next goal here.
Is that one of the Captain Obvious moments?
Yeah, a little bit, I reckon, yeah.
We'll try and get some scores around town too. Might get them on our TikTok a little while as well. I'll get it up on the phone if I can work it out. A little centre clearance this time. Monbulk's way to still down the centre cricket pitch they go. Picked up and a quick kick out of the pack. And that was by Gibbons of Mount Evelyn. And a little lucky little mark taken by number 99 Hindhaw. There's a bit Hindhaw. I'm not going to call him that because he's got a hyphenated name.
Oh, good
and
mark.
One should be enough. And a good mark taken on the half forward flank about 50 metres out. And this is Calamurkett. So Hindhaw Billington. That's it. Look at that. Hindhaw Billington. Bryce is his first name. That is a very classy name.
Very, very classy indeed. You don't see that too often, do you?
No, the hyphen. So Calamurkett. This is another opportunity. He's only have to kick just about 35. There was a good lead on there too. Still got a player standing about 20 metres out, all on his own if he wants to. That's our number 31. I don't know who that is, but we'll have to find that out. So we apologise if it's your son or partner. So coming in, Calamurkett. Oh, it's come off the side of the boot a little bit. Oh, a big leap over the top there by Monbulk's Wensley. Couldn't do it. He could take a mark, but he couldn't. He just punched it through for Russ behind. Well, that would have been a beauty. 2-2-14, Mount Evelyn. 2 behinds Monbulk. 14 and a bit gone. Quarter number 1.
Monbulk bring the ball back in this time. They go down the outer side this time through, I think it might have been Gilbert actually. The ball clears the entire pack and the ball just dribbles out the back, but Mount Evelyn have the numbers around the footy and a good tackle there. Played on the Mount Evelyn player. Have a stoppage. Ball's going to be back in the air now. Good fist forward there from Monbulk. They got about 15 or 20 metres on that, but the ball's gone back towards the middle of the ground. Got a few numbers around this footy here, but so do Mount Evelyn. And we've got a free kick going the way of Mount Evelyn this time. They'll bring the ball out of side, right in front of us. Genuine one-on-one here. Good mark taken this time. And that taken by Fuchs. He'll look to go inside forward 50. Plays on now. Kick is on the way. 2-on-2 here. And a good strong overhead mark once again taken this time.
That's Urquhart, I reckon.
It is Urquhart. He plays on. Kicks inboard for a better shot on goal. Got there on the bounce as the man with the long sleeves. He couldn't grab it. The umpire says that's holding the footy. Monbulk this time. Get the footy. They'll bring it out this side, but he's turned it over straight away to our man who's got no name at the moment. He started really well.
Yeah,
Clears the ball, or centred the balls, I should say. Mark couldn't be taken. And they're trying to play for the boundary line here, and we've got another free kick this time from the back going the way of Mount Evelyn.
It is. See how they started crisscross a bit there, Loon. That's how they used to play Mount Evelyn. Sometimes gets him into a bit of bother on a small ground like this, but that's what they used to do.
Lockie Fuchs with the ball in the pocket, quite deep. He looks to set it up. He plays on, kicks to the pocket, and it clears 4 of them. Stays in play. Little snap kick there was smothered off the boot. They need to get the ball out here, Monbulk, if they can. They just can't quite at the moment, and the ball has now gone out of bounds deep in the forward pocket, about 25 around, or out, I should say.
Probably shouldn't have done that. It was a 3-on-1 situation to go into a forward pocket. Probably not on. Put on top of the goal square and give everybody a chance, I think, to kick a score. So probably not the right option there for Mount Evelyn. So it's thrown in. It's about 30 metres out. It's a good throw in as well, almost into the centre corridor if you don't mind. There is a heap of players around this footy breaking out and kicking out on his left foot is Cassini of...
free kick again, Monbulk.
I thought I heard the whistle blow, and the free kick is going to go the way of Mount Evelyn. This is Nicky Hoskin. He can kick this from here. He's got to kick at 50, so not sure if he can get onto that. It looks as though he just wants to plop it up into the goal square. He's doing that now. Who wants to take there? The high flies. There's another whistle on play. And there is a hold, and it's well off the football as well, and the free kick going to Hartfield. And he wasn't within 10 metres of the football, Liam, so really a bit of foolish play here by the Monbulk defence. And I think that's actually gone against Wensley.
That's at least 6 free kicks I've seen Mount Evelyn get in the last definite 2 minutes of play. It's either, I don't mean to be rude, it could be over umpiring or just poor football from Monbulk.
Oh, I would never say over umpiring because I get into trouble. Well, I didn't see that because I was watching the flight of the football, but obviously something's been held, and I'd go with the umpire there because they like seeing those little off-the-ball things, don't they? And there was no need for it because I don't think Robbie Hartfield was going to go into that marking contest in any case. But he's got the opportunity to get another goal on the ball. He's only about 20 metres out by the time he kicks this. 45-degree angle you can see on our screens if you're watching through our live stream. But coming into the no man lands area, into the forest he goes, and that's another goal on the board, and they're off to a good little start here. And Mount Evelyn, that's Robbie Hartfield's second goal, and Mount Evelyn go to 3 goals, 2, that'll be 20. They lead Monbulk 2 behinds, and we've been going now 18 minutes in quarter number 1. So, yeah, a couple of errant little mistakes, maybe a bit of frustration, Liam, and all of a sudden you're 3 goals down.
Yeah, it's not a good start if you're a Monbulk fan. I mean, two behinds. You've been going nearly 19 minutes approaching time on here. You definitely need the next goal to more or less just stay in touch because, you know, you put yourselves at risk of nearly being blown out. Not that I'm saying that it's going to get to that stage, but certainly not a start you'd like.
They'd certainly like to get a goal before quarter time. We've been going, like I said, 18 minutes. Could be a bit of a long quarter because of all the stoppages. To try to break their way through here to Monbulk, they can't do so. And it's going to be a ball up right on the cricket pitch. I'm sure umpire Walters will take it off the pitch, which he does. And it throws it up now. It doesn't take any nonsense, Lee Walters. This time Evelyn got the tap out from Monbulk. They kick it off the ground. Running through is our number 35 who couldn't boot the ball, so the ball just sort of ricochets back in the pack. It's another free kick. This time again, going to Monbulk, doing it quite nicely. It was played on, it was by Fellows. And Jackson Fellows it was, goes to the outer side of the ground, and it's gone out of bounds. Again, not really necessary to go towards the scoreboard there, Liam. In my opinion on this ground, just go straight down the middle of the ground. But often seen that through Mount Evelyn. They'd like to go wide. So throwing right in front of the scoreboard. 20 leads 2. Mount Evelyn in front. Late in this first quarter, being picked up here. This will be Barden on the left foot. Kicks it up very, very high indeed. And big leap over the back. That was trying to punch the ball away was Veet of Monbulk. Goes into the full forward line. It's gone through for a behind. I didn't quite pick up who just kicked that as I just ducked my head. And just a big hairy fella. Kicking taken place, looking for the skipper in Jared Major. He's done that and taken a mark and playing on straight away. Kicking towards our broadcast position here at Mount Evelyn. And the mark's been taken once again. And this is time. It's been taken by Gibbons. This is a Matthew. Goes back to where it came. A lot of Monbulk players here. Can they pick it up? Awkward looking kick comes out of the pack. It's very, very high. Leading in the race. No one got touched there. Both players went for the punch and missed it. Little handball came out. It was kicked around the corner. It was Fellows. Once more, Heron tries to pick it up now for Monbulk. He picks up on the right foot. Goes around the corner, and that's not far enough. Yes, it is. Umpire Lee Walter says, and Beecroft takes a mark. Centre wing. It's right in front of our broadcast position.
Beecroft now. He'll go down the line, hugging the boundary. No one, and a good fist there. Killed the ball. Out of bounds. Around about 55, 60 metres out from goal. And we've ticked into time on here the first quarter. So, ball's back in now. No one really won the tap there. They sort of both got their hands on it. The ball goes inside forward 50 for Monbulk. They've got numbers around the footy. Quick kick there came from Muchler. Couldn't find a target. And then another little quick kick around the body. It's a one-on-one here. They try to fist to advantage, but they'll get a clearing kick here. Mount Evelyn through Gibbons. Outer side once again. Dropping the mark there was Fuchs. And now the ball will just trickle out of bounds for a throw in. On that outer side. I'm going to say it's more or less the long way home if you're going to the left-hand side of the screen or your radio dial, wherever you may be listening. The ball's back into play. Havern playing from the back, not necessarily the best idea. Williams won the tap that time. There's a lot of numbers around this footy, and that won't be coming out. And we'll have another ball up.
But a few, I hate to count the stoppages. We're not doing those stats at the moment because we're a couple of fingers short.
I'd have too many.
Lots, we'll just say lots.
Yeah, I think I would have gone off the page by this stage. And the ball is locked up once again, pretty much on the edge of Monbulk's 50. We'll have another ball up. A lot of stoppages this quarter, as we've already alluded to. Williams got the fist that time. He fisted it forward a little bit. Clearing kick tried to come off the boot of Gibbons, but it was smothered off the boot. The Monbulk have a chance to go inside forward 50. They do this time.
Good sport.
Beck couldn't mark, and a fantastic spell came there from Forbes. And we're going to have a throw in front of the people.
In front of the people. The big horde here. Got the fires going, the barbecues going, the canteens going. So come and enjoy it. As this pavilion will be knocked over in a few weeks' time, and a new one underway. So it'll be interesting to see how it looks up next year. Over the back when no one got that hit out, the umpire just threw it all over everyone's head. A lot of players in that forward pocket. Forbes over around the football for Mount Evelyn. They've got the car boot up here and we can't see anything, and it's going to be another ball up. So very close to quarter time. We've been doing 22 and a half, nearly 23 minutes in a quarter number one. It's Mount Evelyn 21, Monbulk 2. Up she goes once again. There's a lot of players around this football. Umpire Lee Walter, who'll probably find the free kick here to get it out, but just letting it go as the ball still just bobbles about. And it's going to be another ball up. That's the only problem with small grounds, Liam. You do get a lot of stoppages, and both these sides running a lot of players are in and around the football as well. Big punch out of the pack, a bit of a fresh air shot, trying to pick the ball up one-handed there was Spencer of Monbulk, couldn't get all of it. And Lee Walder says he'll have to ball this up. Bottom of the pack also was Ash Gibbons, the skipper of Mount Evelyn. Gives the ball back. Up she goes. It's only about 15 metres out from Monbulk's goal. Langworthy went into the ruck. It's been picked up and trying to break his way through was Beecroft. Picking the ball up and then dropping it was Ashley Beck. Now there's a whistle on play. Guess what? It's a free kick going to Mount Evelyn. And I think the free kick is going to go to Jones. I think it's Sean Jones with it. Yep, it's come back to Sean Jones. And it's going to be Mount Evelyn out of trouble. Liam shaking his head. I don't know what the count is, Liam, but it's a lot to not many. Up she goes. Oh, big leap out there. That's surely unrealistic at Damien Kift, although it could be realistic. He just didn't catch it. Free kick going away of Lockie Beecroft. We'll see where he's going to put it.
Beecroft has it. He's a little bit unsure. Gets told to go.
Inside the.
Oh, gee, got very close to the protected area. There could have been a case for a 25-metre penalty or whatever it is in this league. I can't quite
down to 25 this year.
Yep.
First time.
Quick kick around the body here. They try to get it back, and that's a free kick again, umpire, and it is. And this time we're going to Monbulk once again. So they're getting a couple late.
Just about getting whiplash out of that.
Yeah, you get asked for the ball back. Down's number 35. We don't have his number yet.
We've got his number.
His number, but not his name, sorry.
That's it. We'll get that.
He kicks the ball inside forward 50 now. They need a mark out of this. It's a 2-on-2. A lot of players came in from the side. They'll get a little clearing kick out. That came from Forbes, and it's come off. Because Beamish is in the got the ball. He'll kick into the middle of the ground, but Monbulk have the numbers there. Once again, a good fist came there from this time the Mount Evelyn player to not allow Monbulk to take the mark. The ball's in the middle now. Little clearing handball comes to our man, the hyphen. And that's Hindor Billington. I've probably absolutely butchered that, but they get the clearing kick once again, Mount Evelyn, and this time they've earned it was there. Marks really solidly on the half-back flank. He goes straight up the middle of the ground. And we've got another free kick here, this time going to, once again, Monbulk for Beck. And he's found a man on the lead, and they'll finally get a little bit of reward here. Monbulk, they'll have a shot on goal, this time through Taylor Joyce.
Well, it's his first opportunity, isn't it? Leading goal kicker on the park, or in the league at the moment in Div 1.
So you'll have a shot from about 30 out, slide angle to the Gembrook end of the ground. It's on his approach now. Shouldn't be an issue here whatsoever. The kick is on the way, and that is a beautiful. Straight through the eye, diddle, and straight to the man behind the goals who takes a nice mark.
Nice mark.
Monbulk are away for the afternoon. They're 1-2-8. Monbulk, Mount Evelyn, sorry. 3-3-21. We've just ticked into the 26th minute of play on the AFL Outer East match of the afternoon.
Indeed, and just a nice, simple action. And you wonder why some of these AFL blokes don't look at this. You don't need a real long run up. You only need about 2 or 3 steps, and just straight, and a beautiful kick of the football there, Taylor Joyce. That's his first, and took 26 minutes for Monbulk to get that on the board. Evelyn probably got the tap out of that. Big, long kick out of the pack, and it came out of the thin air, and that was through Banks of Monbulk, but it's going to be ricocheted. Picked up on the outer side, and they can run off now if they want to through the hyphen there, and Hindhall Billington of Mount Evelyn goes to the half-forward flank. That's a good mark. Umpire says, no, you haven't taken it, Burton, so I'm going to ball it up instead. I thought he may have hung on to that as well. Just going to watch that on our little screen that we've got a bit of delay on, and off they would have paid that. But it's going to be a ball up. Up she goes. Thump. Big thump out of the pack there. That could have been by Wensley of Monbulk, and they get the clearance as well, right into the centre of the ground. Nobody touches it. Bounce right in the centre circle. Bit of volleyball taking place. Little left foot kick out, and Mount Evelyn, they got the run of the footy here. Picked up there, can stop and go back. Jack Beamish puts it into the centre corridor. Nobody there at all. Monbulk defence totally on their brain as they just go big fisted towards the boundary line, and it finds the boundary, and it's gone out of bounds for a throw in. Very late in this first quarter. 21 leads 8, and Mount Evelyn, the Rovers, are in front. Can they get a late goal coming into quarter time? Waiting for the boundary umpire. Got a good throw on him, this young fella as well. One of the Priestley's. And don't go out in the full, otherwise it is a free kick. Something you don't see happen often, Liam, but
no.
That can happen. So secondary throw in. Sun shining. Temperature's still about 5. Every time I shut the door, the light goes out. It's like a fridge, Liam. Up she goes once again, taken out of ruck by Hartfield. Kicked it around the corner. It's about 15 metres out. Monbulk, they can go straight up the middle of the ground. They do that now, looking left
good
foot
mark.
back. He's a strong man, isn't he? What's he want to do? Switch play to the outer side of the ground. Not sure why. Been good enough there, but they took a mark, and it's Emmett. Haven't seen too much of him now. He's usually a very good player. Low to the ground, and the mark's being taken over there by Taylor Joyce. So good play by Monbulk. Didn't think there was a player out there, but nicely kicked up there by Hamish Emmett. Normally there's a twin brother playing as well. Haven't seen him. Not playing today. And an opportunity for Taylor Joyce to kick his second, and the second for Monbulk. As the siren sounds, as you can hear in the background. And that quarter has gone for, what, 28.5 minutes. But we've got a kick after it. Now we can't play on air. He can't go left or right. And he's kicked it long, high, straight. Beautiful kick at a football. And the second goal on the board to Monbulk, right on the siren. They're really happy about that. They go to 2-14. They trail on Mount Evelyn 3-3-21. And this is quarter time. We'll go back to the studios of Yarra Valley FM for a short break. We'll be back here for a little bit of second quarter. We'll go through our goal kickers and a bit of a summary of that first quarter. Thanks, Alan.
You've got Liam, mate. He's just gone to get a couple of numbers. Not a problem, mate. Thank you. Yes, welcome back to the Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve for the AFL Outer East match of the afternoon. Quarter time here. Mount Evelyn 3-3-21 leading Monbulk 2-2-14. Leo's just going to get a couple of numbers so far for the players that we are missing, but going through the goal kickers for Mount Evelyn, Robbie Hartfield's kicked 2 and Jack Beamish has kicked 1, while for Monbulk, Taylor Joyce has kicked both goals, and Josh Spencer's missed one, and we've got a rush behind there as Callum Workhart has also missed one on goal, and we've had 2 rush behinds here. So a good contest here so far. A lot of stoppages, though. A lot of players are around the ball. It's quite rough and tough so far early on in this game. We'll try and get you a few around the ground scores as the afternoon progresses on, but it has to be said that the internet connection isn't too good down here, so I'm struggling to get a couple of AFL scores as well as some VFL scores as well. So the both teams are still in their huddles at the moment. Should be too long before we see a resumption of play once again. And Leo's still out there trying to get a couple of numbers that we are missing. So hopefully wherever you may be listening to so far this afternoon on Yarra Valley FM or on the AFL Outer East Facebook page, you're enjoying the coverage so far between these top 2 sides in First Division. As Leo just walks back into the commentary box right now. Hopefully he's got those numbers for us. Leo, did you get them?
I got the Mount E ones. I haven't got the Monbulk ones yet. So our little number 3 is Noah Beamish. So we had him as number 2. So he's gone up a number, and he started very, very well indeed. Liam, and our number 31 will be Michael Gibbons. He's gone up a number as well. So instead of 30, he's gone to 31, which makes it a little bit easier when you call them out. We do like to get the right names. Tell you what, even though the sun's shining, Liam, it is still fresh.
And it's very cool outside. We've got a little bit of a breeze or a little bit of the wind of sorts.
Yeah, it's got a chill factor.
Blowing into the box here at the moment.
So what have we gone through, mate? And we've just got to get the number for Monbulk. I couldn't find anything.
I've gone through the goal kickers so far.
Have you? Yeah,
yes.
Well, there weren't too many. So
No.
I thought Monbulk probably just didn't get off to a good start. I thought Fuchsie in the ruck had a good start there for Mount Evelyn. Got the ball rolling there for the Rovers and got them up and running and got the ball on the down the forward line quite nicely too. So a couple of goals there to Robbie Hartfield and also 2 now to Taylor Joyce, the leading goal kicker in Div 1. Just kept Monbulk in the game there, and they kicked them at the 26 and the 28.5-minute mark of that first quarter, Monbulk. So it took a while to get it going. I think because the ground's a bit smaller than their home ground, you just got to try and create space, and to do that, you've got to pull a lot of players on the footy and just sort of keep these players one out. But Mount Evelyn did well in defence. They really clogged it up early, but they've got a couple of spaces there towards the end, so fought their way back. So it'll be interesting to see how they go this time in the second quarter, these 2 sides. Did we get any scores from around town at all?
As I said, mate, I've got absolutely... I'm very struggling on the internet connection down here, so unfortunately I haven't been able to get anything.
We'll see if we can get some up here for you. I'm not too good at this, so...
Anyway, we're away for the second quarter. Tap out was won by Fuchs. They'll get the clearing kick straight away, Mount Evelyn. They look to go inside their forward 50, which they do. They get a little clearing kick once again to about the 15-metre mark, and look at that. Little clearing kicks come off. Little rush kick around the body's been marked, and that's very good. Mark's been taken by Hartfield once again. He's going back to goal number 3. And the start that Mount Evelyn would love to have inside the half-minute mark of this second quarter, sorry. So Hartfield, he's directly in front, kicking to the right of your screen or radio dial, wherever you may be listening. It's on his approach. And the kick is on the way. No mistake about it. Yeah, it's a goal. That's his 3rd. And Mount Evelyn go to 4-3-27. And they lead Monbulk 2-2-14. And we've gone 50 seconds, second quarter.
Yeah, well, that's a good start, isn't it, all of a sudden? So I'm trying to do 28 things at once, and I should realise I'm not good enough to do that. Here we go. You might be able to find some of our scores here. Oh, Bailey, what have you done here? Oh, he's given us some scores. Thanks, Bales. And I'll try and get them up in a minute. Yeah, so a good start there, back in there again. Evelyn got it out, but it's Mount Evelyn once more with the big kick right out of the centre circle. Being spoilt there was well done, and that was through Wirtz of a Monbulk, but it goes into the full forward square, goes close to the goals, but it's been knocked out of bounds. There you go. I'll take that. That's my computer out there. Thanks, Liam. You can play with my phone. Let's see how it goes. You might get some of the scores. There you go.
Yep, we got some.
Well
down at Upwide Tacoma, Cranbourne 8-3-51, leading Upwide Tacoma. 6 behinds.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Poor
goodness,
kicking.
goodness
Been
me.
watching St Kilda once again.
Warrialloc and Doveton, no scores available so far at that game. Wandon 1-2-8, and they're trailing Pakenham 3-3-21. Actually, that's 1 straight 6 Upwide Tacoma, I should say. My apologies there.
You've just seen one of the goals of the afternoon there, and that's been beautifully kicked there by Damien Kift. Little left side check kick out of the pocket. It's gone straight through for a goal for Mount Evelyn to Kift. What a beauty. That's going to be on the highlight reel. We'll have to catch that later in the week, I think, Liam.
Oh, just turned me head for 1 second, and look what happens.
5-3-33 now, Mount Evelyn, 2-2-14 Monbulk. Go for some more scores.
Division 1, Gembrook Cockatoo, your boys, 9-8-62, leading Belgrave 1-1-7.
Go Brooks.
Berwick Springs 1 straight 6, trailing Emerald 3-8-26. No scores available out of Officer and Healesville as of yet. And Division 2, if I can just get that up straight away, which I can. Yay, Alexandra 2-8-20, leading Yay 1-2-8. Yarra Junction 2-2-14, trailing Powtown 1-9-15. Broadford 3-3-21, trailing Yarra Glen 5-5-35. And Kinglake 5-4-34, leading Warburton Millgrove 3-3-21.
Okay, and after all that, there's a free kick. That's gone to Mount Evelyn. I'll leave it there for you. And, well, there you go. It was just laying there in front and didn't quite see what the free kick was for. I think it was just being held or being pushed in the back. So another opportunity for Mount Evelyn to go a little bit further ahead. Coming in from about 35 metres. I'm not sure who that is. We'll get that in a minute, but there's another goal on the board. And they're doing it quite nice now, aren't they? And
well, might have been Jared Barden.
I think it is Jared Barden. He's a left footer. Yeah, that's Jared Barden. Got the white boots on. So that's his first goal. They go to 6-3-39 now. Mount Evelyn gone off to a very quick start. 3 goals in about 3 minutes flat. And all of a sudden, Monbulk back behind the 8 ball after they fought back so well late in that first quarter. They're stuck on 2-2-14 at the moment. And what have we done? It's just ticked over to 4 minutes. Everyone gets a tap out. Another clearance goes the way of the Rovers. Back to the top of the 50 they go. Little push in the back. That got rid of Verka, but the umpire let it go. Now there's a free kick. And the ironic cheers from the Monbulk crowd as it goes their way. It looks like the skipper there. And Jared Major picks it up. And it's taken a while to get it too. A little chip comes out of the pack. Monbulk, you're just going to chip your way around as putting a big centre press, if you like to call it, in netball terms there. And Mount Evelyn, they just block the whole middle of the ground up. They go left, they go right, and finally Veet decides to go down the scoreboard side of the ground. And Langworthy got a little bit of a push out the back, and Mount Evelyn repelled that attack. Long kick straight from where it came, back to centre half forward. Little handball came out. Major is on the bottom of the pack as he fumbled that, and umpire lets him get away with it. He said, "There's no prior opportunity, and I'm going to ball it up." Umpire Lee Walters. They're about 35-40 metres out from Mount Evelyn's goal once again. Doing quite nicely at the start of the game. Up they go. Big leap. Looking quite nicely in the ruck would be Wensley. Maybe they can pop him in there, put Heverin somewhere else. Maybe it's centre half forward. It's at the far forward flank area there. Was that a high tackle? The umpire says, no, you've ducked into it. And it's going to be a ball up. It could be Robbie Hartfield at the bottom of the pack. And it's going to be a ball up. We're about 20 metres out now from Mount Evelyn's goal. A lot of players around this footy. Up they go again. So I don't mind that young fella Hensley going in the ruck. Maybe they can free somebody out. A nice little kick around the corner. Once again, that was by Damien Kift. This time he couldn't kick the goal. It's gone out on the full. Could have kicked 2 beauties if he had have. You would have loved the first one, Liam. Little left side check.
Well, sometimes you just got to look at the right moments, don't you? But unfortunately for me, I didn't see it.
You'll pick it up. It'll be on the GameFace highlight package throughout the week.
Good mark.
And that's fine. That looks like big Ryan Fuchs once more. It is.
Fuchs has taken the mark. He'll kick the ball inside forward 50. And once again, umpire didn't pay the mark. Thought he would have had that. He's a little bit slow to get up there as the Mount Evelyn player. And he just gets to his feet now.
That was your mate
That
Van
was
Beek,
Van Beek, yeah. Bit slow to get to his feet.
He's got to carry all that hair, no wonder.
The ball's tossed back in now. So the good tap out one there was by Hartfield. He's gone in the ruck while he's having his time spent in the forward 50 once again. The ball's going to be bowled up. About 30 out from Mount Evelyn's goal, attacking end. Had a good leap that time was Wensley, but he didn't get the tap. It was Hartfield once again. We'll have another stoppage, and the ball's gone about 5 metres to the advantage of Monbulk, but still locked in there, defensive 50. Umpire's about to toss the ball back up, but he does so now. Hartfield got the tap once again. Ball's trickling towards the boundary line, but there's numbers around the footy for Mount Evelyn. That was a good tackle laid there.
Yeah,
and the umpire has paid holding the ball this time, so Monbulk will get the free kick. Not sure who it's going to. Lovely tackle made either way. Kick in front of the coach's box out of side. Now you just got to try and run the ball through the middle, but the Mount Evelyn defence or even the attackers have held up quite well. Clearing kick came from Banks.
What's
a magnificent mark overhead taken by Ashley Beck again. That'll be his third contested mark. He plays on straight away, kicks the ball inside 50. And that's not the worst result as the ball trickles out of bounds deep in the forward pocket for Monbulk here. We're going 7.5 minutes here in the second quarter.
So it's a good result. If you've got nothing to kick to, miles to kick to, as they say, grass in the AFL, and crowd a second, which I thought was closer to the behind post actually, but they're coming out about 20 metres from that. So it's going to be a throw in. Can Monbulk score off this attacking move? Big throw in as it was. Everyone puts the right fist into it, and a bit of volleyball takes place. Ball goes ping pong and it goes straight back on the bottom of a pack. Sometimes you're better off trying to just tap it to a player. The big fist still creates a 50-50 contest, Liam. Not a big rap, but a big fist sometimes. Fuchs got a nice little tap out that time, and out they go, Mount Evelyn in front of the scoreboard. Can White pick it up from Monbulk? He does so, slips over at inappropriate time and gets close to the boundary. In fact, it's gone over, and it's going to be another throw in. So lots of stoppages, pretty scrappy old game at the moment. But Mount Evelyn doing it well. They get off to a good start. Both quarters kicked 3 goals in a row, both times, and they hold a handy lead at this stage. Evelyn probably got that, but it's been stolen and kicked away by Mount Evelyn. Into that forward 50 they go. He's got a bit of a leap, this young kid Wednesday. He's going to take mark of the year, I'm sure, one day. Got to take the 2 hands to it. That's about the only thing. That could be high. Umpires on the other side. They're just letting it go. Mount Evelyn trying to bust their way through the pack. A bit of a body slam. Bang! And the umpire says, give it to me. No, it's a free kick. Bit of a nasty tackle there. Yeah. Jackson Merritt with it. Wasn't really a sling tackle. It was a bit more of a WWF body slam. Up they go. No one can take the marks. Been picked up there for Monbulk, and that's by that 35 who we're going to find out about at lunchtime. At half time. Picked up on the left foot. Greenall got a very quick kick, but it was pretty scrappy. No one can take that mark. It's at the end of the cricket pitch. Just stacks on the mill. And it's going to be a ball up. It'll be one of these players who have got a different number. I'm not sure if it's Decker. I'm not quite. No, it's not Decker. We'll get back to it later on. Up she goes. Evelyn, up and down they go. Probably got the tap down to Langworthy. Shouldn't be roving that, the big fella. Centre half forward over the back. Good, strong positioning there by Ashley Beck. Just kept his opponent underneath the football. He's got a good body on, good judge of the flight of the ball. And an opportunity here for Monbulk to kick their 3rd goal.
It's his 4th contested mark of the afternoon, Ashley Beck. Yep, he's a very, very strong overhead mark, and with that body size, he's a solid man. He can throw his weight around a little bit, and it's shining through there. It's a magnificent mark and a well-deserved shot on goal here.
Well, he needs to finish it off here. They do need the goal. Hasn't kicked the goal yet, Ashley Beck. Been good for him up front. Awkward-looking kicking style, but I think it's pretty straight. It is. And a much-needed goal goes away the Horrible Hawks here of Monbulk. They go to 3 goals, 2-20. Shouldn't call them Horrible Hawks. I do that for Hawthorn because the wife don't like it. 6-3 at 39. Mount Evelyn. We've been going, 10.5 minutes in the second quarter. So a nice little 19-point buffer still to Mount Evelyn. They went 3 goals pretty quick in the first quarter, and they've gone 3 goals pretty quick in the second quarter. Now Monbulk, can they fight back? Langworthy. Going in the ruck for Monbulk. Going in the ruck is Williams for Mount Evelyn. So a bit of a rest, but they're good enough to get it out. Mount Evelyn through Brearley. Goes to the half-forward flank. Attacking the ball best there for Monbulk. Getting tackled too high with Spooner. And Spooner takes the free kick, centre wing, and then the side of the ground. Doesn't know whether to go left or right. This time decides to go right to the outer side of the ground in front of the scoreboard. Looking for heaven. Put his body in front but couldn't hang on to the football. Cleared out here by Mount Evelyn. Unfortunately goes square to the ground and it's been marked unattended by a Decker. So Decker, whoop, yep, you've got to go now. Decide to go now. It's got to kick it under a hurry. So up she goes in front. Oh, that's a magnificent mark. judged it well. And this is our leading goal kicker, Taylor Joyce. We've already seen him kick 2 beautiful. 3, no, 2, he's kicked 3, hasn't he? He's kicked 3 goals.
No, he's kicked 2.
2, yes indeed. I've got him down for 3. Didn't kick that one. It was Beck who kicked it. So coming in, 45-degree angle. Got a nice casual walk-up start. Don't mind that. Pretty about that little skip I'm not too keen on. But coming in now, puts it on the way. Is it going to straighten out? It is. Oh, I thought it was going to keep hooking, but it didn't. And Taylor Joyce, how many did you kick now?
That's his 3rd.
I told you he had. Just premonitions there. 4-2-26. Monbulk. They still trail Mount Evelyn 6-3-39. And what are we now? 12 minutes gone, quarter number 2. So they're just hanging in there, Liam.
Yeah, they're sticking around, which is really good to see. I mean, obviously you're not dropping your head too much after you've let the first 3 goals down in a pretty quick succession early on in the second quarter, and to kick the next 2, it shows some pretty good fight. As neither ruckman won the tap out there, it just sort of fell between the 2 of them, but Monbulk will try and clear once again. See it to the broadcast side, that's a free kick, umpire. Yep, and it'll go the way of Hoskin. So it's his free kick. On the edge of defensive 50 of sorts, you'll kick it to the middle of the ground. Another great overhead
Oh, he's
mark.
a good grab, this young
Callum
man.
Urquhart marks it, he plays on. Handballed to Beamish, who kicks the ball inside forward 50. Few around the fall of the ball, no one can really get possession. They do this time through Barden.
Oh, is that a mark? I think it is.
Oh,
I think it's been paid.
Van Beek's taken a magnificent mark. He plays on and just slams it through.
Well, no one stood the mark, so I didn't hold him up. Umpires, that's all right. He can play on, and he did.
So a magnificent mark taken there by Caleb Van Beek, very close to the line of the on the goal line. Nobody on the mark. He just says, you know what, I'll play on, waltz through, and what would have been to probably kick it into the 4th or 5th row if it was at an AFL ground.
It would have too, and I think they all thought it was a behind. But if you take the mark in one continuous grab in front of the line and roll through, it is a mark. And I think that's exactly what he did there. And Caleb Van Beek and caught Monbulk napping. Langworthy for Monbulk. Gets a tap out. Fresh air shot out of the pack there by Banks. Umpire lets it go. Handball comes out now. Opportunity for Monbulk through Ethan Greenall. On the left foot he goes. It's about 20 metres out now. Can they get it out of there? Good tackle late. Umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. Strong tackle laid there by Taylor Joyce of Monbulk. Kept it in their forward line. Need to answer that now. Don't want to let Mount Evelyn get too far away. Up they go. And Ruckman both just tap it straight down to the ground. Who can pick it up? Picking it up there quickly and trying to get a kick was Spencer. And he's been tackled, so incorrect disposal. It's unfortunate for the young man, and Mount Evelyn come out with a free kick. That looks like Banks with Hoskin with it rather. Goes to the outer side of the ground. It beats Barden and it's gone out of bounds. Just a waste, I think, for a throw in. They do that sometimes. They just love going laterally. So throw in. Sun's still shining, but the trees have got just as much shade over it as there is sunshine coming through. Langworthy tapped it over the back for Monbulk. Who can pick it up? Monbulk can. But there's going to be a good tackle laid over there by Gibbons. That's Matt. And it's going to be a throw up or a ball up.
Either works.
Either works. Up she goes. We should have known 31 was Michael Gibbons. He's the leading goal kicker for Monbulk. How about that? Oh, is that in the back? It's got to be, surely. And I think it is against Sean Jones, and the free kick going to go the way of Monbulk.
Beck.
And it is Beck. He's had $10 worth of haircut too, I think, Liam. Should have gone to 15 with those pink boots. Ash Beck kicked a beautiful goal before. This time he's about, he's got to kick it about 40, maybe a tad more. But directly in front. So coming in now. Awkward. This is an awkward looking kicking style. The last little step, but it works for him. It's absolutely arrow straight. Then Ash Beck, goal number 2 in the quarter for him, and 5 go on the board now rather for Monbulk. They go to 5-2-32. They still trail Mount Evelyn 7-3-45, and we have now gone 15 and a half minutes, quarter number 2. But he's got an awkward kicking style in the last little step there, but certainly works for him, Liam.
Yeah, he definitely makes it work. He's been very good so far, Ash Beck. He's, as I've already mentioned, he's been really, really good on the contested side of things, and to kick his second and get good reward off a free kick there, it's a very good sign for Monbulk, but they're still trailing by 13 points. So the ball's back in the air now. Tap out was won by Langworthy, but it'll go the way of Mount Evelyn once again. Another magnificent overhead mark taken once again, this time by Urquhart.
He's got a good set of hands on him, this young man. Always has had.
He's man on the marks on the 50. Could have been a bit of a charge there almost for a 25-minute penalty as
He
Banks.
tried to get it. He tried to run back as quick as he could.
Yeah, Banks just ran right behind him. But nonetheless, he's having a shot here on goal, Urquhart. So he'll kick from about 52 metres, and the kick is on the way. He's got a nice little bit of air on it, but it'll fall just short, and it'll be fisted away, and it'll go out of bounds in front of the people. Once again, throw in, deep forward pocket. Here it's Mount Evelyn, and we're approaching 17 gone here, second quarter.
A decent spoil, wasn't it, by those two fish? They really come through nice and hard. So throw in forward pocket, like Liam said. A lot of players around that footy. The goal square is pretty open though. So got to be a little bit careful in Monbulk. There's a quick kick out of the pack. They go thump. Can they pick it up? They can't. Both Monbulk players trying to play a little bit of tunnel ball. It's sitting on the bottom of that bar and getting on top of all of them is Casey Burton of Mount Evelyn, and it's going to be a ball up. Last man out of the pack there was Cassini of Monbulk. Up she goes. Urquhart gets a nice little tap out here for Mount E. That's a bit of a handball throw, but the umpire says it's all right. Quick kick out of the pack there. It was Banks of Monbulk, but it just gets kicked straight back by Mount Evelyn. Up they go. The long hair there of Van Beek. We could see that getting knocked around a bit, but the umpire says it's okay. Kick out of the pack. That's a good mark in the middle of the ground.
Muchler, I think. Yep.
There's Muchler. So Billy Muchler plays on, goes towards the scoreboard side. Monbulk, they just want to move this as quick as they can. Off they go, running there through there with was Decker over the back in the forward pocket. There's too many Mount Evelyn players. They just come straight back through the middle of the. Oh, umpires paid that. Oh, Lee, I think you're a bit quick on the whistle there.
Can't do that.
So just called play on Brearley. A bit of fortune there because he just dropped an absolute pie. Lee Waltz will be a bit embarrassed by that, I think. Quick draw McGraw, so really a bit fortunate to get that mark. Comes to the broadcast side, Langworthy, good mark. Had control that all the way, wanted to play on, couldn't get up quick enough, does so now. Long kick of the football, normally a beautiful kick of the ball is Michael Langworthy. Goes in that forward line once again, Joyce couldn't hang on to it. Mount Evelyn through defence, try to get it out now. Picking up and getting into trouble was Greenall, ran straight in the wrong way. It's still less bobbling about, Mount Evelyn through numbers. Kick couldn't do too much. Fuchs picks it up, gets a little chip kick, looking for a teammate. Comes off the side of the boot and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Looking for merit. The free kick going to go to way of Monbulk, and this is in the hands of Luke Cassini.
Cassini goes inboard, bit of a dangerous kick, but it comes off and the mark's been taken by Gilbert. Gilbert will kick the ball long inside forward 50. A lot of players around this footy. A fist came from the back there and there's a bit of a foot race to get to it. Someone did get to it and the snap came from Decker and it's gone out on the full. So it'll be a Mount Evelyn free kick. Right forward pocket, or right defensive pocket. And they'll look to bring the ball out once again. A lot of players have already gone to that that outer side, the scoreboard side, so you'd imagine the ball's going to be played out there.
Well, if someone's game enough to run it this side, well, they tried to, but not soon. But seemed to be a bit of a team rule. We'll just go straight out there. Fuchs in front, caught nothing but fresh air. Langworthy also couldn't get hold of the football. Here they go, Mount Evelyn. Or a little bit of a run around there. Got tackled straight away was Fellows. Umpire just lets him go, and it's right on the cricket pitch. They looked all right till they got caught. And it's going to be a ball up. Stopping that attacking foray there was quite well done by Monbulk. Up they go. Langworthy slaps it over his head. Quick handball came out of the pack by Forbes of Mount Evelyn. Still in that centre circle. Who can pick it up? Little chain. Goes left, goes right, and nicely done too. And that was through Beamish. It's the centre half forward or in front there, taking a strong mark for Mount Evelyn. Looks like White. I think that's Dean White out there. He's got the long sleeve. It is. Here they go. Handball. Put his own teammate under a lot of pressure, unnecessarily so. Back into the centre they go. And the mark unattended there by Forbes.
Forbes with the footy. He'll kick to the outer side of the forward 50 and the mark's been taken by Van Beek. Is he going to go back and have a shot? He's looking around. He's looking around. He looks like he's settled down a little bit now and he's going to have a shot. So he's deep in the pocket of sorts. But he's on the 50-metre line. He plays on now, gives himself an extra couple of steps to run around. He sets it up to the top of the square. Almost had enough power to get it through, but didn't. Mark's taken by Wirtz. He'll kick the ball out of defensive 50. And we got a free kick downfield by the looks of it.
It is, yep. Umpire Lee Waltz has seen something there. The free kick being relayed down the ground.
So he must have been bumped or something off the ball or pushed in the back after he kicked it to get the free kick downfield. It was taken in front of the Monbulk coach's box. They centre the ball. Mark's been taken. They'll bring it down that outer side once again. Mark on the lead there was Joyce. His mark attempt was fisted away. The ball's still bobbling around, and this time it'll go out of bounds for a throw in. We've ticked into time on here in the second quarter. 7-3 Mount Evelyn plays Monbulk's 5-2 on the AFL Outer East match of the day.
So throw in. About 50 plus metres out now for Monbulk. Can they finish the quarter off like they did in the first quarter? Up she goes. Evelyn gets a tap out, but goes straight down the throat of Jack Beamish. Umpire says you have been tackled. It's going to be a ball up. I thought he might have got a bit of a high one. But it's going to be another one. Up they go. Both ruckmen sort of tap it back. There's a lot of players on this football. Similar jumpers makes it look very different. Here, picked up Evelyn. On the left foot he goes. Goes into the goal square. Over the back of the pack. Joyce says, you got it? No, I thought he had it.
I think it's Beck again.
I think it is Beck.
Oh.
I thought Joyce had it first and Beck had it second, but Beck got it in front. Strong man. Just stood his ground well. And Ashley Beck has kicked 2 goals in this quarter. Opportunity to kick goal number 3. And just keep Monbulk right in the hunt. The distance, not an issue. It's only 10 metres out, 45-degree angle. So it usually puts the mocker on him, but coming in, usually has a little hop, skip and jump, very robotic, but waddle, and she's gone through straight for his third, and 6 now go on the board. Monbulk just hanging in there, 6-2-38. They're only just 7 points adrift. Mount Evelyn, 7-3-45, and not now, 22, nearly 23 minutes gone, quarter and number 2. They just seem to hang in there.
Funny to think at about the 3-minute mark of the second quarter, they were 19 points down. They're only down by, 7 now?
Yep.
It's good fight. And I'll tell you what, they're sticking around really, really well. And there's a little bit of a Tom Hawkins, Jeremy Cameron type operation with Beck and Joyce here. They've kicked 6 of the goals. They've kicked 3 each. A very good sign if you're a fan of the Monbulk Footy Club. So the ball's back in the air. No one really won the tackles, both hands at the same time. The ball's bobbling around a little bit. That's nearly a legal disposal.
I thought so.
And that was Fuchs that had the footy. And this time we'll have a free kick. It'll go the way of Mount Evelyn. And it'll go to Inaps, who plays on. Slams the ball long inside forward 50. Got to a couple of the players on the half volley. No one can get the real clean handball, but this time they did. It came out from Veet.
Ooh.
And, they've coughed it up once again. The mark's taken once again by Inaps, who had the free kick. Just
That's
about.
Merritt.
Oh, Merritt, sorry.
Yep.
Looked like 11 on the screen. I apologise. He kicks towards the 50. Van Beek's got a set under 2. Coming from behind was Wensley. Couldn't bring the ball down. And now there's a tackle, and we'll have a ball up on the 50.
It is 11, but 11 is Merritt.
My apologies.
Yep, I know they look a bit alike as well. Up, ball went down. Noah could get that, ducking into that Hartfield step over toe hold. And it's going to be you've got to be careful about those rollover tackles at the moment, don't you? But it's going to be another ball up by Lee Walters. Says who's going in the ruck on the 9 stuff. Let's put our hands up. Just chuck it up. Hartfield went up, got it down to himself. Left foot out of the pack as well. 1, 2, no, couldn't. Oh, here's an opportunity now under a lot of pressure. And just rushing the ball through was Wirtz of Monbulk. So Mount Evelyn just sneaked that extra little bit ahead. 7-4-46 lead at Monbulk, 6-2-38. 24-25 minutes coming up. Kick-in's been taken place from Monbulk. They're into that forward pocket. White's got it. Got to come out of there. Long, right in front of our broadcast van now. Fuchs has got his eye set on it. Evelyn just punched it away, trying to pick the ball up. He's got it, but he's been tackled straight away with it as Muchler. And good tackle laid by Sean Jones, and it's going to be another ball up. So up she goes once again. Went with the right, hit it with the left, did Evelyn, but not to no one in particular, really. They want to just trying to get control of it a little bit better. Ryan Fuchs picks it up, gets a little right footer to it. Ooh, dropping what probably should have been taken. There was Beecroft of Monbulk, gets close to the boundary line. In fact, it's gone out on the full off someone's boot. Just around the corner from where we are. Just watching this back on our screen, you've probably got it as well. She did signal out in the full. Must have been touched off the boot. And it's going to be a throw in. So throw in, just forward of centre. For Mount Evelyn coming into half time. Nobody got the tap out once again. A bit of a high tackle on Jack Beamish. Made sure the umpire saw it. And it's going to be a free kick. He's a little chunky man too. So Beamish been playing well for Mount Evelyn. Puts it into the centre of the forward 50. Up they go. Nobody can... I think that is a mark. I don't think they could hang on to that. Nurk, he has got sticky fingers, Liam. And takes about his 4th or 5th mark. This time about 20 metres out, directly in front. And Callum Urquhart can kick his first goal. And the 8th for Mount Evelyn. Doesn't muck around. Goes whackety whack, bang, bang. And it's another goal.
8th of the afternoon now for Mount Evelyn. That's a good little goal to get before half time there. 8:4:52. Plays 6:2:38. We gone 26 and a half here in the second.
We'll get some scores. We'll do that after half time. Keep all the scores up till half time.
As the ball was back in the air, Fuchs actually won the tap that time, and we've got a free kick, have we? No, we're having a stoppage. Have a ball up, middle of the ground. 27 minutes nearly gone. As some of the locals weren't too happy with that decision there, as the ball's tossed back in the air.
like just to see what's happening in the Ultimate Football League known as the AFL. Some interesting games happening there as well. At the moment, of course, St Kilda last night were defeated by Geelong 68. They were 47 at the moment. That's not the score we want. We want the horror. No. Hawthorn 654 at half time, leading the Mighty Kangaroos a 5-2-32.
Well, I just love the
Oh no, it's going to be a naval strife when I get home. You know, it's just not on. It's just not on at all. And they are playing for the Priority Pick Cup, so maybe we'll get that the Mighty Kangaroos. I think, Liam. So umpires are coming back out on the park here at Mount Evelyn for what will be the start of the second half. The sun's shining again. The shade of these big eye gum trees just keep the sun out a bit too much, and the chill factor in there is not nice, is it, Liam? And poor old
silly me standing outside for a bit 10 minutes. It's
freezing your backside off. But all in all, it's been an interesting game. And some of the better players who have you seen so far from Mount Evelyn?
We've seen Jack Beamish around the ground a little bit. I think he's been pretty good. Obviously in the ruck with Ryan Fleeks has been pretty good for them as well. He's been taking it up right up to the likes of Hervern and Langworthy and the likes who have had their runs in the ruck. I think Callum Urquhart down fourth been pretty good as well. He's been leading up the ball quite strongly as well. And also I think Jared Barden's been quite good as well. He's done a couple of good things. And of course Caleb Van Beek down the fourth line. He's been leading up to the play quite well and even taking a few marks and having a few shots on goal.
Yeah, certainly have over there at, the forwards from Monbulk, when they get the football down, they haven't let them down at all, they both Beck and George kicked 3 apiece for their side, doing quite well. I wouldn't mind seeing young Joel Wesley get thrown into the ruck. I think he's got a nice little leap on him, mate. That can free up Evan, maybe go to centre half forward or centre half back, give him another marking option up forward, because Pooch, as you mentioned, in the ruck for Mount Evelyn's been going very, very well indeed. Been really impressed with young Noah Beamish. We didn't have the right number on him. We given number 2, but he went up to number 3. So he's been quite lively as well. I quite like the way some of these young guys go. Beamish, as you mentioned too, and Van Beek around the forward line there, kicked a goal, could have kicked a couple, and certainly does go quite nicely. So all in all, Monbulk, the job's in front of them. They've just been hanging in there at the right time. They just certainly need to get on their bikes, so they can keep in touch with this Mount Evelyn side. Otherwise, it's going to get just a good way from them, I think. Very important for Monbulk to get a good start. They've been down at the start. Mount Evelyn got off a good start in both quarters, kicking 3 goals to 0 from the get-go. So that puts a lot of pressure on the Monbulk team straight away. So we'll see what happens here. Langworthy's gone into the ruck, in actual fact, now from Monbulk. Where's Evelyn going? Just trying to find him. He's gone the full forward, so he's gone up the other end of the ground, standing. Well, I thought that might have happened. I thought they might have moved him out a little bit further at the centre half forward. So you've got 2 20 hours up there, and Joyce and Laverne, and the umpire holds the ball up at the start of the second half here at Mount Evelyn. Mount Evelyn leading 52-38. It goes up, it goes down, and does his own roving, does Langworthy. Went to kick and decided to handle. Probably should have kicked in the first instance. Was picked up by Kifton. Mount Evelyn goes to the outer side of the ground. Van Beek couldn't hold on to the mark. Barden goes in to tackle his opponent and gets the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in. Interesting there by Langworthy. He usually likes getting a quick kick into the forward line, not a handballer as such, being the next forward. So throw in, outer side of the ground. Langworthy just bumped his opponent out of the way. Flukes, that's not too bad, 2 big bulls. They don't like that. Got the quick kick out. That's almost a throw umpire. He lets it go. And it's going to be another ball up as it gets back into the centre of the ground. Secondary ball up. Up she goes. 3rd quarter action. Up on all his arm was Fuchs, because there was no nominated ruckman there for Monbulk, rather. Just trying to scoop it out in front of him. Tripped at the wrong time. There was beat of Monbulk, but umpire just lets it go. Picked up there by Mount Evelyn. It's gone out of bounds. That's going to be another throw in. Outside of the ground. Doing a good job, both veteran umpires, and there's 2 Priestleys, so this is Miss Priestley. So she's been umpiring, she's been doing a very good job actually. A lot of the throwing duties. So Langworthy rather gets another little quick kick out of the pack there from Monbulk. It's in the centre of the ground. Here they go now. Big long kick down the ground. It was nicely done too by Spencer of Monbulk. It's on the half forward flank. Trying to pick it up with Joyce on hands and knees. Can he go back in and get it? No, he can't. Picking it up there for Mount Evelyn. Was a Forbes, there's a whistle on play. That's going to be a ball up. We're about 20 metres out from Monbulk's goal. They're kicking to what I call the Gembrook end at the moment. Up they go. Herman trying to get it out. Did. Kicks it over his left shoulder. Umpire just lets him play because it's not far enough. Nobody can pick it up. Kip's in there as well for Mount Evelyn. Got tackled without the football, sat on his backside, natural fact. Oh, now it is going. He bounces, does it? It's underneath the...
It's still in, I think.
Yeah, I've just got a duck underneath the boot. There it is. Here you are, right, Liam. It has been brought back in about 10 metres in. Umpire, there's another whistle on play. And that has... The umpire Wallace has seen something. Free kick's gone against the Vleet. We haven't seen that. It's about 50 metres off the ball, Liam, and it's gone Mount Evelyn's way. That's a waste.
No, I didn't see that, and that's disappointing, particularly when you got the ball deep inside your forward 50 if you're a fan of Monbulk. He was helping without it there. The Monbulk player, or even over the shoulder, as you were alluding to there, Leo, was they get a little clearing kick forward by Urquhart, and the ball comes to ground. No one can really take it. A little handball came from Ethan Greenall, and to no one in particular, and it's just going to get locked up here on the wing. The ball's scrambling around. We would have got a handball away there.
It's another off the ball, thank you.
And there's a little scuffle here.
A
few jumpers being pulled, a few blokes being dragged around off the ball. Don't wreck those jumpers or I won't be interested in wanting to buy one at the end of the year. As Monbulk take the free kick, they go down the line in front of us. Just a little bit too hard right though. Beck couldn't bring the ball down to ground. He's had a pretty good day with the contested footy. In there for Mount Evelyn was Gibbons. He had the ball and he's been wrapped up with it.
He's hurt himself a bit there, Beck, too.
Yeah,
I think the left ankle's gone a bit wonky.
Yep.
He's just got a cord under the pack.
He's hobbling a bit, but he wants to stay out there. He's going back towards the forward line. The big fella from Mount Evelyn in Fuchs won the tap, but there's no one around, and that ball won't be coming out anytime soon. We'll have another ball up. Pretty much just on the wing, I should say.
Indeed, so up they go once again. McKenna threw it up. McKenna had been tapped down by Langworth. They went to Banks, couldn't get a kick. It was smothered straight off the boot. A couple of Langworth pills, I think, at the moment, both these sides. No change to the score. 52 leads 38. Mount Evelyn in front. Up she goes once again. Langworth got the tap from Monbulk this time. Lost the row of his own ball. Fuchs goes down there for Mount Evelyn. He's dived on the football umpire, but he says, no, I'll ball it up. By Josh McKenna. Ball up once again. Up she goes. Same two ruckman go into it. Fuchs this time probably got the best of it. Nice little kick out there by Kip. Got tackled high after he got rid of the ball. Umpire wasn't watching. That certainly should be a free kick. Played for it, got for it, trying to get an 8.
Don't be silly, boys.
Don't be stupid. That's against the Urquhart though.
Don't be stupid. This is starting to get stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't push each other. It's been reversed. That's stupid football.
That's just silly.
You don't see me get angry too often or fired up at just stupid things. You just don't do stupid things like that. When you get the free kick, they had a 25-metre penalty, and a few people dragging each other off the balls cost them. That is just inexcusable.
Robin's going to get angry. Rob moves 3 foot to the left, and just in case Liam has gone back to the centre because he's done some silly things. Once you got the footy, don't do anything. Don't give it back. It's hard enough to get in the first place. Just put it in your memory bank. That's all you do. Monbulk have had 2 opportunities taken away for his stupidity, and we'll come back to bottom on the behind. But you're right, it's silly, isn't it? You got all of the footy, and just pushing it doesn't do anything anyway. What's the push and shove?
What good does dragging your opponent down off the ball bring?
Doesn't do anything. Okay, Langworthy working hard, did get the clearance himself. Joyce and Lamble straight up and down in the air. There's no one there to pick it up. Quick kick though, did he get the goal through? And that's one of the goals of the afternoon. And well done to the young fella in Spencer. Gets his first goal. There's Spencer. Did quite nicely, and so did Joyce. Taylor Joyce just get the handball over the top. And, they deserve that goal, but they don't deserve it as well, if you know what I mean, just for a bit of stupidity and anger. You've got to control your aggression. Aggression at the football is good. Aggression at an opponent, well, we can get you in. They go to 7-2 to 8-4. There's still 8 points in the drift. Monbulk, can they get any other clearances out there? Langworth has been doing well, roving his own footy. Little kick come out the pack again. It's in the circle once more. And players still getting a bit pushy, shovey. Nicky Wall in there, he's done a couple of those too. Having a bit of push and shove, just want to cool your jets.
Good to see a bit of passion and fight in the game, but just don't overdo it.
Well, don't give the footy back if you've got it. You know, here we go now. Clearance. This could be it's actually gone the wrong way from Monbulk. Goes to the half forward flank for Mount Evelyn. It's been kicked off the ground towards the boundary line. It's gone out of bounds for a throw in. You can't be in there, Liam. It's all right, just to move back 3 foot to the right. So it's just going to be a bit narky there.
It's just you're lucky that there's not 22 long jumpers out there.
Well, that's it. Throwing. It's a big one throwing too. Umpire says that's all right. Breaking out of the pack, getting a few clearances now on Monbulk. In front back, looks like he's recovered from the ankle injury. Just getting out of the road there. Nice little kick around the corner on the left foot was Gibbons. It's gone very, very high, and that's Matt. Picked up by Noah Beams, and it spun out of his hands, and he couldn't control it. He's gone back in for a second helping, but can't get it out. It's going to be another ball up. You've got to push your shove again there. You have to move again, Liam. You're going to control yourself. You're right now. Just count to 10. Here we go. I count to 2 when that happens. Folks, gets a little tap down there for Mount Evelyn. Langworthy lays across his opponent. Been better in the ruck for Monbulk with Langworthy there.
Yeah, it's a good move. Definitely, it gives Havern a nice rest down forward as Leo just has a sip of his coffee. The ball's tossed back in the air now. The ball's gone right in front of us. Beck was there. He's just been pushed into the fence, if you don't mind. And
I call it coffee. Are you the coffee police?
No. By the way, ball's has gone out of bounds, I should say, for a throw in, just to the right of our box here. We're going about 8 minutes here. It's 8-4 to 7-2. And the ball's back in now. Good there by Fuchs. He elevated nicely. And getting the ball was Beecroft, but he's wrapped up straight away by Beamish. We'll have a secondary stoppage. Ball up this time, right in front of me here.
Right in front of me, and look, they've got 8 minutes and Mount Evelyn haven't scored, so that's a win already for Monbulk.
Oh, just pushed out.
I played a block because he's not in the ruck. So it was Fuchs and Langworthy, so hitting in the road there was Ballas. You just can't do that in a nominated situation that it was.
Oh, great mark, Joyce.
Good kick too. He's always been a beautiful kick of ball, Michael Langworthy.
Yep.
And has kicked many, many goals for Monbulk. So he's going to do a bit of ruck work now that you've got Joyce up forward, got a good strong mark like this. See, he's kicked 3. He's going to take a good kick from here. He's got a kick of about 40. Coming in. Steady walk up. He's got the little hop, skip and a jump halfway through. Off the boot comes. Distance is not an issue. Accuracy just going a little bit right of centre. What's his copybook there? The arm goes under board to 7-3-45 Monbulk. I'll try Mount Evelyn. Haven't scored. They scored 8-4-52. And we've been going now just over the 9-minute mark of the third quarter. But playing from full back, do Mount Evelyn come along towards the broadcast side of the ground. In front is Urquhart. Good fly out the back of the pack there by Words of Monbulk. Spills through to the hyphen there in Hindberg. The Mount Evelyn, the mark's been taken. And Barton's got it. What's he want to do? Well, a few protected areas there, surely. They're running next to him there. There's Banks at Monbulk. They don't seem to be polluting that too much. Goes in the forward 50. 4 Mount Evelyn's picked up, and on the left foot they go through Gibbons. And this could be a point of the afternoon. Michael Gibbons hasn't kicked a goal, he's kicked 14 for the year so far. So that's their first score this quarter. 8-5-53 Mount Evelyn. They lead Monbulk 7-3, 45, 10 minutes gone. Quarter number 3, waiting for the ball to come back. Kicking duty is going to go away with Joel Wensley. Hasn't done a lot, but I've been impressed by this young man. It just shows a little bit.
Hasn't gone in the creek, has it?
Well, it's got a game over in that case. It could be on its way to who knows where.
What creek is that at the back?
I don't know. Somewhere like. There's many of them. Anyway, ball is back now. It's with Joel Wensley. Comes back on the long left foot. Oh, luckily for this too.
Yes.
All the way to centre wing, looking for Evelyn. Just went up with the right fist and didn't get anywhere near it. Should try and go for the mark. Langworthy boring him. He's been good for Monbulk. Got a little handball out. Here they go. Is that too high? Umpire says no. Little handball comes out this time. And missed with a swish for Gilbert. That was Ryan Gilbert now. It's a bit of nip and tuck in there, and Ford is in there again. And it's going to be another ball up. 11 minutes gone.
Ball up right in front of us. Commentary position here, third quarter. Havern back in the ruck. He got the tap that time. They'll get a clear out the ball umpire. Don't even have to look to the screen once to know that was out the full. I could tell straight away that was almost into the cricket nets that time. And Mount Evelyn will get the free kick.
Cranbourne 96.
Actually, the footy has gone into the cricket nets. Well, there you go.
Well, that's going on because that's locked. So I'll give you some.
Oh, the young fella's climbing up the net.
Sure.
Gee whiz!
Good on him. Go
That's
for
an
some
impressive effort. I mean, that would be frowned upon anywhere else.
But there we go.
That's a magnificent effort.
Well, he's stuck. We're going to call the fire brigade now to get him there.
Oh, that is marvellous. As we've got a little bit of pushing and shoving off the ball here, the secondary footballs come out. And we'll go around the grounds very quickly.
Well done, young man. Give him a pie.
Oh, giving the whole canteen.
That's it.
Cranbourne 16-6 lead Upwey Tacoma 2-1. Warrielic a 14-12 leading Dovetons 4-8. Wandon 6-5 trailing Pakenham 6-7. So there's a few tight games there and a couple of ones that might be pretty much foregone conclusion as the ball's gone back into play. It's hovering around that outer wing inside 50 position for men. Everyone will have a stoppage. Belgrave 6-3 trailing Gembrook Cockatoo 12-11. Berwick Springs 5-2 trailing Emerald 8-9. Still half time out at Officer. They're 16-8 and Hillsville are 1 straight.
Cool. Yeah, it's some big discrepancy at times in there, so I don't like to see that at all. So umpire Walters throws the ball up again, moving back in the ruck from Monbulk with the left hand tilt, but it's been picked up by the hyphen. Has another left foot, got a hyphen, another left foot on Mark Billington, and it's gone out of bounds.
Yay 2-3 Alexandra 8-13. Yarra Junction 3-7 Powertown 5-11.
One score in there.
Yep. Power Broadford 3-4 Yarra Glen 10-7. Warburton Millgrove 4-5, Kinglake 13-8. And there's your live scores.
Okay, thanks a lot, Liam. Back in the centre of the ground, like a big rugby ball being picked up and just jumped as he went to kick. It was Ethan Green, all his incorrect disposal. This young man's been impressive. This is Noah Beamish. She goes to the outer side towards the inside or the scoreboard side of the ground. Barden in pursuit, couldn't pick it up. Monbulk can. A little quick kick, looking for Sean Jones. Unfortunately, plays for the opposite team in Mount Evelyn. On his right foot, goes in the half forward flank. Hartfield just couldn't go with the football. Umpire lets him go now. Long kick come out of the back of the pack there. That was Dylan Wirtz once again from Monbulk. Been going okay. Sean Jones picks it up, trying to barge his way through the late inclusion there and Ryan Gilbert. They can get out of here, Monbulk. There's an opportunity. Oh, just got the kick in time. Dick Beck goes to centre half forward. Taylor picks it up now. Taylor Joyce, rather, on the left foot. Good looking kick for Amount and Michael Langworthy, rather. And Langworthy. Opportunity to put another guy on the board. That's a nice little left foot kick out there by Taylor Joyce.
He was under pressure. He pretty much bumped minor bump as he kicked the footy, and that's very well done by Michael Langworthy to run on the ball a little bit because he had to stretch forward a little bit, and he's got a set shot here.
Always has a long run up as Michael Langworthy doesn't need to, but can kick a football well. Come off the boot, spinning beautifully. Goal umpire doesn't move. One, Skerrick and Langworthy. He's been good in this quarter for Monbulk, which is his first goal on the board. And Monbulk go to 8 goals, 351. Only 2 points adrift now, 8-5-53, Mount Evelyn. We have got a game, Liam.
We sure do, and I did say today that this is going to be one of those games. I think that it could go either way, and that's definitely the case so far. As we've got a visitor, the Pretzels turned up.
I've been here all day. Where are you? Where have you been, boy?
You've been around the canteen, no doubt, but I don't assume you've come in because Liam was starting to get a bit aggro there.
I was calming down a little bit.
Well, that's all right. How you been, young man? You've been around the traps as the ball goes forward once more in the forward 50 from Monbulk. Picked up there by Taylor Joyce. Incorrect disposal. Umpire let it go. Handball come out this time by Merritt. Mount Evelyn. You go forward, but the good mark in front taken there by Spooner. And Spooner gives it all straight away. Goes to Ryan Gilbert. Goes one way. Goes back into trouble. Has to get a kick now. We're looking for Joyce, but it's spoiled over the back of the pack. And Mount Evelyn, through the agency of IAPS, gets it out of bounds for a throw in. What's been happening in around the AFL out of East, Cameron?
Just had a look at a bit more competitive Belgrave against Gembrook for half a quarter, and then
I was just wondering what the tear in your right eye was all about. That was all.
and saw Cranbourne controlling the game against Upwey a bit there.
Fair enough. We saw you on a lunch survey to the coffee shops of the hills, so it's been picked up by Van Beek of Mount Evelyn, right in the centre of the forward 50. It seems to be on for young and old. The pace has picked up a little bit, I think, Liam. Trying to pick it up on the half volley, couldn't do so. For Monbulk was Hamish Emmett. He hasn't been as prolific as he normally is. It's been high tackle. That goes against Gift. And the free kick there going the way of Decker.
Decker with the footy now on his defensive 50. He's looking for someone to come for him. They do so now. He kicks down the line right in front of us, just to the left, right a little bit. And a big fist there came from Geordie Williams. And the ball will be out of bounds for a throw in. We're on 16.5 here in the third quarter, which is really tighten the game up. 8-5 plays 8-3, and Evelyn by 2 points.
So to make sure you've mentioned the milestone games for Mount Evelyn Bulls.
What are they, Cameron?
Oh, 50 games to Matty Briley, Michael Gibbons, and Dylan Watson today.
It's only 50 games. They do that in the tens these days.
Yeah, but it's a Gibbons, so we're going to celebrate it.
Oh, he's really been taking his over here into the boss Gibbons. The big Gibbons.
The big Gibbons. I did ask the three boys what a collective of Gibbons was, and they reckon greatness. A greatness of Gibbons.
I love the zoo. A few guys on Saturday week. Back over the table, he said there was Williams. Oh, I'm out Evelyn, don't make me giggle because it'll laugh. There's going to be another blow up.
Oh, once you start, you can't stop, Leo.
Absolutely.
Laughter's the best medicine, Leo.
Apparently, up she goes. Every
Oh,
got a bit of a
help
tap down there. We've had a bit of those as well. Handball by Beecroft into no man's land's picked up there, but set back from his backside was Hoskin of Mount Evelyn. There's a bit of nip and tuck and ball sag and all that sort of stuff.
A standing, walking tackle.
Yeah, you can't do those bulldog piggies anymore. It was great at school. Up she goes, Evelyn. Little left-handed tap down. Better than the fish. Tackle straight away without an opportunity was Cassini. And that's going to be a throw up. And Beamish, good tackle. It's been good. Liam's calmed down not to move 3 feet to the left.
I did hear that, Leo.
Yeah,
I was listening on the way.
He's been doing something. He's got a bit hotty in the box. And had to just take my little walk away.
Windows didn't fog up,
No.
luckily.
Lucky win at a junior game. Liam, we might have let fly a few more. Up she goes. You can watch that on the replay. He loves kicking around corners. There's Evelyn. Over they go now. Back into the pack it goes. Who wants to pick it up? Oh, got it and got rid of it very quickly. Did Williams of Mount Evelyn. Nobody knows what a footy is. Trying to get it there for Mount Evelyn was Merritt. Still just bobbling about like a pinball. Picked up this time by Beecroft. Who wants to get it out? Just play. Umpire says, I can't see it. I'm going to ball it up. You can take it, Liam. You can get it out. I'm sure you can get a free kick here.
Oh, we'll see. Here we go. Ball's back in the end there. No one could really get the tap that time. Both umpires there. Yeah, you signalled that one push in the back. Umpire Bronawagon saw that. The free kick will go to the way of Langworthy for Monbulk. You have an opportunity to put the ball inside 450, which he does now. And look at that, Taylor Joyce.
Beautiful kick. You can't not mark that, can you?
Magnificent.
If he had Velcro on his jumper, it would be just stuck.
Well, we didn't have time to get the numbers back there, and there was a fully open forward 50 with two players leading out the goal square. One went one way, one went the other, and it landed in Joyce.
So Taylor Joyce now will be kicking from about 40 metres. He's going back for goal number 4. He's kicked 3-1 on the afternoon. He's got a little bit of a stutter step on his approach, but the kick is on the way. It started off all right, but it just drifted across to the left. And in the end, it was fisted through for a behind. And it's a 1-point ball game. 8-5 plays 8-4, and we're nearly into time on here. Third quarter.
I go straight to the scoreboard side doing that, Evelyn. Love it. Long kick. This kid's got a bit of talent. Wednesday, I don't know much about him, Fritz, but he looks like a likely lad. Got a good leap on him. Goes to the half forward line. Tackle out the ball. His bankside thought umpire said no, just play on. Up very, very high. It's gone 15. 7.5 up, 7.5 down. And umpire Walter says, I'll ball it up. It's about 35, 40 metres out from Monbulk goal. Doing much better this quarter. They've only kicked the solitary behind Mount Evelyn. And this is third quarter. Oh, Langworthy went up. Very high, got nowhere near the footy. Umpire said that's okay. It's been taken out of there. Heverin. Good mark in the middle of the pack. Oh, not paid. Umpire McKenna, you're a bit of a harsh man. I thought he would have paid that. Wouldn't have mattered if I've got fingernails on it. Monbulk got an inside out torpedo punt off the left foot. Looked like a right footer. Come now there. Monbulk, they are under a lot of pressure. Mount Evelyn, they can clear it here. And there's a whistle on play. Going away at Mount Evelyn. Had a good run of it. Van Beek's got it. Got the fluoro boots on, went one way, should have been called to play on. Is so now, goes long into that forward 50. That's a bit of a shove in the back. Over the back it goes. Monbulk back in defend towards the broadcast side, but there's no one there. Decker kicked that out. Oh, almost the back to the front bar. Oh, just struggling to run on the links there. Is Hamish Evan. And that's a big shove. Good kick going. Hamish Evan, I don't know if he's injured or not, but he's struggling to run a little bit there, the young man. I haven't seen Brady in. Is he playing this year?
I haven't noticed the name pop up so far, so I couldn't answer that one.
Well, usually Grandpa Emmett comes in and tells us all about him. But the free kick going away of Mount Evelyn. This is a Matthew Brearley. You play cricket for England?
So Brearley
50
now.
games.
50 games.
Be having a shot. It'd be kicked from about 45, maybe a little bit less even by the time he releases the ball. He's on his approach now. They need this man, Evelyn. They need a steadier. Kick is on the way. Nah, he's left the whole time. Hooked it straight away, through from behind. And they go to 8-6-54. They're leading they're coming Monbulk. They're 8-4-52.
2-point ball, 50 games. Back in our day, if you know what you got for 50 games, opportunity to play 51 last week.
And you still get that now.
That's about all you get. No, it's a good effort. Well done. So, Monbulk from full back. Oh, I don't like that. He's got cramp, has he? Glenn Davis went up and down.
That's all he does.
Oh. Well, he starts off going to the right, then go to. He's a left footer, so you don't want to play yourself onto your wrong foot. What he's just done there, the young man. But I like some of the things he's done. So let's see how he goes. I've nominated him to take mark of the year, Brett. So we've got to keep watching young Ainsley. Here we go. Monbulk. Oh, he's had a bounce on centre wing, if you don't mind. Taking it down the ground there. That's Tommy Taylor. Incorrect jumper on for the first half. It should be a fine, and the mark's been taken there by Taylor Joyce. Both team managers give us the right shoots, and they all got three.
Tommy Taylor's always in the 35.
I don't care.
He'd tell you all about it if you listen.
Oh, well, he was on the ground. I couldn't go out and have a talk because there's a footy going on.
He would though. Tommy would let you know.
Yeah, well, that's great. They give you 2 shoots and there's 3 wrong numbers. And Liam already done 435 Ks. What's your say? How many steps have you done, Liam?
That's flat today, mate.
There you go. That's how much he's done. Throwing 4 pockets. Reception's no good. Optus ain't any good out here. That's got to be a bit high in the back umpire. No, it's not. Gibbons, I thought could have given away a free kick.
That's Timmy Ragg out there. Number 32 from now.
That's Sean Jones.
It's a lookalike.
It's a Jones. It looks like that. Good look at the face. Jones all been made out of one little place. A little kick around the corner on the left foot by Mutchler. Didn't go too far. Can they get it out? It's gone out of bounds. Right, throw in. Still in the forward pocket. Gembrook into the ground here at Mount Evelyn. That was a Gembrook in, didn't you, Fred?
Yes. So that's the way I came from? That's where Gembrook went today.
I was in Bendigo last week, and even the blokes up there at Queen Elizabeth Oval, they had the city end of the Gembrook in. I couldn't believe it. I said, you can't have a Gembrook in. They said, it's always been known as that. It's 10 metres out from goals.
Liam mentioned the only reason you play bowls this time of year, Liam?
Not yet. I was waiting for it.
It's
a long way to
for
go.
money.
It's for
the money time of year in the bowls world.
Oh, it's incredible. The wife earned a very big $12 the other day. Thank goodness gracious me. We almost got a piece of flake each out of it. Goals out to the half-back flank, man. They need some sort of a score here. Monbulk have been on top in the third quarter. Just scooped out of the pack. The umpire let it go. Sean Jones in there. Also plenty of Monbulkians. It's going to be another ball up. Good to see Coach Brock off here today.
League changes are plenty with the Wanderers game again today.
We'll get up there in a minute and get those up for us. Pretz gives you something to do. Another quick kick. Langworthy's been terrific this third quarter for Monbulk into an open forward line. Taylor Joyce leads the race of the pack in a very slow sprint jog, if you can understand what I mean. On the left foot, that was Greenall, and it's gone diagonally, and it's gone through for an out of bounds and throw out. You can go through from out of bounds and throw out.
Yeah, threatening big time here,
Kick
Monbulk.
better in white and red.
Yeah, it can't be a throw up anyway, it's a throw in. Can you see, Liam?
Oh, I can go off the screen if I have to. The ball's about to be tossed back in. It is so now. Joyce is in the ruck. He got in front that time. He didn't get the tap down, though, folks. And the mark has been taken there on the 50.
Quick reflexes.
Wouldn't mind him in my cricket team. That's a nice mark taken there by Spencer. He's already kicked one today, and he's confident enough with himself to go back and have another shot to potentially put the Hawks in front late into the third quarter.
Take his best kick, I think. It's going to kick about 45.
So
looks like a lefty.
So Spencer now, he's on his way in. Kick is on the way.
That's why it looks like a lefty.
And nearly
Oh,
carried the whole lot.
Straight into the teammate's chest.
He looked like he's running in there with a left-handed grip on the football.
We're going to have a ball up in the goal square.
30 centimetres out. Oh, here we go. Opportunity again. Snapping it around the corner is Monbulk and out of bounds on the full.
That's off Cassini. Now, could have been a push in the back, I thought. He's got no idea to dramatically off it. Just in front of the big crowd, pay it in the back. They would pay a great big roar. Anyway, Mount Evelyn, they can come back out from the back pocket. Centre wing almost. Big front squall out there. That was by Spooner of Monbulk. Can they pick it up? They can't. Beavish picked it up, got the right foot to it. Came out with a bit of a length. Got to kick it quick. Does so. Does Banks on the short kick, and the mark's been taken. All played on there. This is Banks. So that would have been Banks to Banks.
Go to Joyce.
Joyce has marked that.
The man had looked like that zoned off and had that area covered beautifully, but it was just perfectly placed into the right in the sweet spot for Joyce to get the mix out into that one, Leo.
I don't know anything about this fellow, Taylor Joyce. Where's he come from? Does anybody know?
Down the southeast area.
Okay, just glides along, doesn't he?
Been very impressive this season so far for Monbulk.
Certainly has. Got a nice kick on him. He's missed the last couple, but generally speaking, comes off the beautifully. As does that one. He's allowed for this time. He's
got that one.
He's got that one through. And goal number 4 there to Taylor Joyce. And guess what? 9-4-58. Monbulk have hit the front. 8-6-54 Mount Evelyn. We've been going 27 minutes, quarter number 3. It's been a 3-goal 2 to 2 behind, quarter to the Monbulk Hawks. They came out angry, didn't they, Liam?
Yeah,
It's got them fired up.
they certainly did, and they deserve to be in front, I reckon. Completely dominated this quarter, really. I'm not going to say Mount Evelyn stopped, but they've certainly... I feel like they've not only lacked intent with the footy, but also haven't been really been able to get with the footy, as Monbulk have been first to the footy nearly this entire quarter.
Trouble there, Fuchs.
The move of Langworthy to ruck at the start of the quarter certainly has been good. Now, Fuchs has
Went to
proven
dodge
as far as that.
one too many people after taking out of the ruck.
Yeah, well, he did, and he got caught with it. So, free kick going away of Monbulk, and that is Tommy Taylor, as Pretzel said, would have told everybody I'll wear number 35, not number 31 or 32 or 33, whatever we were given in the first instance. Wait till I see you, Grant. I'm going to pull that earring out of your ear. So throw in on the 50-metre arc, closing on the three-quarter time siren. 58 leads 54. We're going to have a beauty of a last quarter here at Mount Evelyn. Up she goes. Fuchs with the right hand, but it lands straight in the arms of Monbulk. Everyone gets tackled with it. Who's got the football? We don't know. Everyone's tackling everybody. And it's going to be another ball up.
Be just in time for the real match of the day, Leo. Following this one,
Yes, now with
Mount Evelyn versus Pakenham.
in the late,
The one women's.
and the umpire, special umpire.
Harry Marsh, she's going to do a great job. He is.
Well, I heard it was Cameron Hutchison. What's going
That
on?
might be.
Big pretzel. The big pretzel out there. Come and watch that. Goodness gracious me. Up she goes once again. Fuchs gets the tap out there for Mount Evelyn. Picked up nicely, and on the left foot goes Beecroft into that forward pocket area. No, just unfortunate there for Taylor Joyce. It's gone out of bounds.
He rode that beautifully.
On
Just
the
get
full.
to swing around. Make it curve back in for Joyce.
So go very,
Oh.
very short. Oh, I thought that was I took it, but the jumpers clashed and had me fooled. They can just chip out of the trouble here. And this is Ash Gibbons, the skipper. Comes towards the broadcast side.
Yeah, Raggy.
That's not Raggy, it's Sean Jones.
It's a bit late.
Lunch. Yeah, that really does hurt. And getting up very gingerly there is Bailey Forbes. And
He's up fine now. He's taking a few deep breaths.
Oh, not far enough.
Chip kick to Gibbons.
Yeah, we
the
thought it was
50
pretty
game.
ordinary too. Here we go. Well, you said chip. Sorry, got that understand. Got the cotton on me left ear. Mount Evelyn just going to run this quarter out, I think. And they get a goal late. Long kick. This is what they needed. At the back of the pack, had his eyes on, but couldn't hang on to it. Was feet at Monbulk. And it drops to the feet of Vic. And it's going to be a ball up. Wake up, Liam. He's wearing a purple t-shirt, that's why.
The ball back up now to the edge of the 50 here for Van Evelyn. They're attacking nicely. They deserve to maybe get one back before three-quarter time and just have that narrow lead going into the last. But none coming for them at this stage as the ball's gone out of bounds once again. Ball back in now. Playing in front that time and getting the tap was Vernie's been fantastic in the ruck today. Rotated a couple of times. The ball's in the middle of the ground, bobbling around that cricket pitch area. A lot of numbers from around this footy. It was a fresh air kick there. No one could get it away. Now they do. It's going to bounce out the back of the contest at 2.
Oh,
Massive
punch.
fist forward. They got a chance.
there's a
Joyce. Handballs
There we
over
go,
the
there we
top
go.
to Decker. Sets it up. He couldn't get the kick over the
What
top.
a decker kick.
Oh, goodness
What?
gracious me. And now they'll get out of trouble, Mount Evelyn through Fuchs. It's
There's another
dribbling back
chance.
towards the 50. They have another chance.
Oh.
That's a legal disposal, umpire.
Oh, there's 2 chances gone.
Oh, God, what would Brian Taylor say? Goodness gracious me, would probably be one of them.
Probably well,
Yeah, a little
Oh.
bit nice, strong overhead mark taken there that time by Burton. He'll go inside the forward 50. Here's their chance. One more
Good long
time, maybe. It's a fantastic kick. And a mark has been taken this time by Van Beek. And he'll go back and have a shot for his second, Van Evelyn's 9th, and potentially a lead late wait in this third quarter, gents.
Are you going to be able to go home, Leo?
Well, maybe
Currently, you can go home safely, but there is only 1 point in the margin between Hawthorn and North Melbourne.
Boys, yeah, they're playing for the priority pick cup at the moment down there in Tassie, and there's a siren, and there's an opportunity. This is almost a 12-point turnaround, Liam, after an opportunity or two there. Monbulk just went begging. An opportunity.
You can't deviate.
Caleb Van Beek comes running in. He's going straight at it. And
He's
the ball
done well.
comes straight up the boot. Oh, that's a behind. What's going on in there?
It's a point.
Jeez, I thought he might have just said, no, it's a goal. I've seen one of those, but wondered once. 8 goals.
It was that, Liz.
It could have been. 8-7, 55 for Mount Evelyn. 9-4, 58 Monbulk. So 3-point lead there to the Hawks at 3-quarter time. There's a 3 behind quarter to Mount Evelyn. There's 3 goals, a 2-quarter to Monbulk. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back very, very soon with all the scores around town. See how the Kangaroos are going. And we'll have a terrific last quarter here at the Gary Barton over there at Mount Evelyn. Thanks, Ellen. Third quarter here, the Monbulk Hawks kicking 3 goals, 2 to 3 behinds, and at 3-quarter time, Monbulk will hit the front. 9-4, 58 to 8-7, 55. The goal kickers on the park for the home side in Mount Evelyn. 2 goals to Robbie Hartfield, kicked those in the first quarter, and singles to all the rest in Caleb Van Beek, Callum Urquhart, Jared Barden, Damon Kift, and Jack Beamish. And for Monbulk, well, there have been 4 goals kicked there by Taylor Joyce, 3 to Ashley Beck, all in the second quarter. Singles to Michael Langworthy was great in that quarter for Monbulk, and Josh Spencer has also kicked a goal. And Liam, very good quarter here to the Hawks to get them back into the game. It should be a really good last quarter coming up.
Yeah, definitely. It's I'll tell you what, we're in a little bit of trouble early on. They were down by 19 at one stage, and for them to go in with a narrow lead, it will give them a world of confidence going into this last quarter, and what's been a fantastic game of footy.
So, certainly they came out a bit angry there in that start of the third quarter. Actually got a couple of free kicks turned around, which really was silly, but look, it's worked out in the end. They've hit the front now. They can control the game, control their emotions, and keep that ball moving forward. There's a big crowd around the Monbulk huddle there, certainly more than what there is around Mount Evelyn, which is interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Let's see what's happening in around town.
Yeah, well, in Premier Division, the Outer East, Upwey Tacoma 2-2-14, trailing Cranbourne 18-7, 115. Warrior 116 to Doveton's 32. And Wandon 61 trailing Pakenham 64 there. I would imagine a 3/4 time out there at Wandon.
At the kennel there should be probably 3/4 time. So some good close scores there. What do you got the Woodies happening here on the phone there? We'll certainly get that going up in a little bit. We've been going quite well. Here we go. So at least we've got phone reception down here at Mount Evelyn. You have to stand up near that goalpost with one leg in the air a couple of years gone by.
Oh yeah, I'm still struggling on my phone, and we appear to be struggling a little bit with yours now.
No, I think everybody's trying to get some scores, and here we go. There we go. It'll work now.
Alrighty, Division 1. Just bear with us a second. We're ready to come up here. Playing a little bit.
Doesn't want to happen, does it?
Doesn't want to do that, does it?
Oh, well, we'll get that a little later on, but we do know there was a couple of very close games and a couple not so close. And the mighty game between the Oral Hawks and Kangaroos was about a point, and that at this stage too. Not what's happening in Sydney, Collingwood, and of course St Kilda got beat by Geelong. And hopefully our scores will happen. We'll see what's happening. Just when you want it to work, Liam, we're working all quarter, and then it decides to go on the fritz.
That's technology for you.
But some of the games, I think the big change here in this particular third quarter for Monbulk, I think Langworthy going in the ruck, certainly going a bit more drive out of there. He likes to rove his own ball out of the ruck. He's always done that, try to tap to himself and get a quick kick. A bit like the big fella there for Geelong who likes to take it out of the ruck and kick goals. So all in all, Langworthy I thought was a very, very good player there. Just kept the ball moving forward. They opened it up a little bit, and certainly some nice passes out there towards the big fella, and Taylor George gave them opportunities to put a few scores on the board. They certainly tightened up through the back line, and that kept Mount Evelyn down to 3 behind. Pretty sure Mark Fisher will be pretty upset with Monbulk letting them back into the game, because they were certainly in control of the game for the most part, Mount Evelyn, and certainly control it through the back line, keeping it tight and moving up through forward. Fuchs in the ruck's been very, very good, but is he getting a little bit tired, Liam? He's been doing most of the work there for Mount Evelyn.
Probably more or less the same thing that happened with St Kilda last night when Marshall had to go out injured. Ryder got a little bit tired, and probably the same thing with a man like this. When you're doing 90% of the ruck all day and you're coming into a tight last quarter, the legs are going to get heavy, you're going to get a little bit tired, and it's not always the best thing as the rest of the Division 1 scores.
There we go, they're up and running, mate. So
Belgrave
this is
9,
important.
9-3-57 Belgrave, and General Cockatoo is 17-13, 115.
No, I am none of you.
Berwick Springs 47 there, trailing Emerald 71, and still only the half-time score available out from Officer where it was 16-8,
They'll come through eventually.
Well, they may,
one straight 6.
they may have
Game over anyway.
they may have forfeited there, and we'll try and. Well, back in the rebuilding phase there at Eagles. Let's hope it all goes well there. I've got some of Division 2. Have you got them up there, Fritz?
Just.
You're pathetic. So
Oh. Gee,
we'll get them up.
it's been here 20 minutes.
I know. But what took him so long?
I don't know. It's a busy man.
Oh, right, we'll try and get him up.
Here we go. Something's happening.
Okay.
Well, let's see what goes first. The umpires are there. Here we go. Yay 17, Alexandra 85. Yarra Junction and Powtown. Inaccurate kicking might cost them again, but at the moment they're in the lead, 6-16-52, leading Yarra Junction 6-10-46. Broadford are 40 points down on Yarra Glen, and 74 points down are Warburton over Kinglake.
Okay, Langworthy back in the ruck, got the first tap out there from Monbulk, so here they go. Can they pick it up and get rid of it quickly? Getting the handball out there was Spooner, but couldn't get it to a teammate. The umpire lets him go, and there's a whistle on play. And Monbulk get a free kick. They let him play on with the advantage. I'm not sure it was a free kick going in at the right player, but they let him go into the forward line. There's a strong mark to Evan. Laverne takes the mark about 35-40 metres out from goal. Had an opportunity to get the first score on the board, lost his boot, I think. He has indeed, so umpire's called time on.
Probably showing the one.
Okay, so it's a 3-point ball game. Wombat in front there by 3 points, 68-65 over Packing and Ham. Not two people, by the way. So Jack Evan coming in. Hop, skips, jump on the left foot. Let me see if I get this one right. He comes off, looking very nicely indeed. Straight through the middle of the ground. So goes Evan. That's his first goal. And that's a very good start to the Monbulk Hawks. They got a 10-4-64. They lead Mount Evelyn 8-7-55. That's only taken a minute and a bit. The car horns go. Haven't got those for a while. Used to always happen now, though. Bit of
Well, we are Mount Evelyn. There's not a lot of vantage points where your car can
We can park your car, we might never get it out.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. You can park your car, but not many vantage points where they're up against the fence like that.
Not at all. Up she goes. Flying McKenna. Langworthy got the tap out once again. That could have been a front-on contact against Beecroft. Umpire said no, you tackled him well enough.
We've seen the powerful owl yesterday. It lives in the trees. Just
No, and I was waiting for the kookaburras too, because the kookaburras usually come around too.
Still your food. Yep.
They do indeed. Nice tap out there. Fuchs went straight down, kick straight, and got a very quick kick out to the half-forward Frank. Barton's got it on the left foot. Little chip kick around the corner. Mark's being taken over there by Burton.
It's nicely waiting down in front.
Burton opportunity, 35 metres out, tight on the boundary line.
Still a horrible Hawks by 1 too there. Sydney got up by 30 over Collingwood, who failed to score pretty much after quarter time. Collingwood, they packed up and went home.
Oh dear.
Let's see if they can win the VFL match against Sydney after.
There we go. A long kick in from goal.
That was never near it. It's out of the full.
Well, never stayed in the play at all.
No. Free kick, Tommy Taylor.
Not too good. So Tommy Taylor.
In the right spot for the extra stat.
Come back to the 9. What is that? Just lets him go crisscross. Umpire says, that's all right, that's far enough.
Did it make him jump?
I can't see under the bonnet. Another short kick.
No, that's all right. Found another player in the pocket.
Beat's got it. Beat, is it?
Yep. He's looking down the line as well.
Here we go. Now we can see it right in front of our broadcast fan. Up they go. Good mark. 1-all. Nearly took the second grab. Did worse, but couldn't hang on to it.
Oh,
There's a little one grab. He's been quite nicely played too. Jackie Beamish from Mount Evelyn. Half forward flank.
Beamish has the ball. He'll go inside forward 50 now. He's found a
Good
man
kick,
by himself
good
and he's
kick.
got it.
That's a great spot up.
Mark has been taken by Burton. Very strong overhead. There was a late fist coming, but just didn't get there in time. And you just feel that they have to finish here. They just have to. As Monbulk have gotten out to a 9-point lead early on in this last quarter.
Last goal, 26.5 minute mark of the second quarter for Mount Evelyn.
Burton's on his approach now. He's kicking to the right of your screen. He's on his way in. Kick is on the way. And he's just drifted it off to the right. Three from behind. 8-8-56 to 10-4.
Yeah, we kicked it to the press break.
Wasn't so great today.
Yeah, no, he's there walking behind the goals.
Good run.
Upset by Collingwood score as well.
8-point margin to Monbulk. You're on 4 minutes.
Long kick straight down the broadcast wing they come. Do it Monbulk at centre wing at the moment. Got a bit of spring in their step now. Diving in underneath, trying to tap it out was Muchler of Monbulk. They've given I a free kick.
Yeah, bit high.
And the free kick going away to Sean Jones.
Another lead change at 1 minute. Packing them back ahead, Leah.
Chris likes to call Sean Jones Raggy.
Raggy look alike.
Give it off to a teammate there in Givens. That's Michael.
Oh.
Goes to the half forward flank. Good strong mark.
All the leading numbers there with Monbulk.
Certainly was. And the mark's been taken over there by V. Couple of touches in this quarter. Looked to kick long, but passed it off short. And Mark's been taken there by Tommy Taylor. Ever since we've known his name, he's got a few kicks here, Leon.
Yep, and I overheard the community boys talking about him at half time after he got his number. They could give him any number, they said, and he'd still talk himself up or something like that.
Ball came out. Here's an opportunity now. Kicked around the corner. That was by Givens Matt of Mount Evelyn, but it's been turned over straight away. Straight back to Tommy Taylor into the forward block.
Oh,
They go. And Mark hasn't been paid over there to Joyce. I thought he had it. Must have dropped it.
He was taking on 3 of them.
I think he was waiting for the collision instead of taking the mark there, and it's gone out of bounds in the forward pocket for a throw in. Used to be a beautiful big tree out there years ago. That's all I know. It's called Big Tree.
There's a few trees missing at Belgrave, which is good, Leah, because they're starting to works for the netball court there, Leah.
When are they going to put that on the roof?
On the fire track, Leah.
They're going to put it on the roof of the pavilion. Here they go, opportunity, couple of handballs. Avern's got it now on the left foot, got it spinning. Oh, and it's just been touched on the line there by Forbes. Probably got it spinning the wrong way. Should have kicked up a bit higher there. Opportunity lost for Monbulk, 10-5-65. They lead Mount Evelyn 8-8-56. We've now been going 5-0, 6 minutes in the last quarter. Kicking's taken place. Out to the broadcast side. Over everybody's head. Couldn't take the mark. Was Inaps of Mount Evelyn. Bounce right through in.
Inaps.
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 Inaps. Inaps. Unaps. Real naps.
That'd be good, actually.
Oh,
Wouldn't mind it now.
throw in. He's done a great job. The boundary umpire over the top goes Fuchs. Right in front of there of Beecroft. He can run off with it. Now, Beamish with it. Gets tackled. Gets the handball out. It gets tackled there. The two number 6s go at each other. Monbulk, can they pick the footy up? They can. They tried to a little kick off the ground. That's worked quite well. But a great tackle late here by Ethan Greenall. Spills the ball free, and Monbulk goes centre half forward. Taking a good market back line there. That looked like Urquhart. It was. Goes straight to the gear. Scoreboard side of the ground, and the mark's been taken over there by Van Beek.
Van Beek with the footy, out of side wing, kicks down the line, he's coughed it up, turned it over.
Bit of cramp.
Mark's been taken out of side. Not too sure who it was, might have been
Wirtz, I think.
Dylan Wirtz, yep. That's who I thought it was. So he'll take his kick now, got a bit of a late bump of sorts, late contact, he'll go same side.
Ooh, that's I take that.
In the
Oh,
sunshine there.
up and under. Nearly hit the roof style Zach Tui last night. I'll get the ball out the back here, Monbulk. They'll push inside forward 50 once again, but they've got the numbers around the footy man, Evelyn. But the kick back towards the middle hasn't come off, and the mark's been taken by Beecroft.
He's on a good length there.
Beecroft now goes inside the forward 50, and there's 2-on-1 here. There was a big fish coming in from Forbes, it was.
Yeah, they're getting a bit too predictable now, Monbulk, because man, they've got the secondary player going up against Joyce in every competition here at the moment.
I suppose that's what you got a main target down forward, and obviously Taylor Joyce has kicked 4 goals today. You got to perhaps look for another option this time, and maybe
Lower the eyes, or at least get the crumbers to him.
someone like Ash Beck could be a reliable target down there who's also kicked 3 on the day. Vern was there with the footy, couldn't quite get it, but man, Evelyn will get the ball away.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's a strong overhead mark there. They'll look to go down the line once again. A lot of players streaming down that outer side wing. And they will now.
It's kicked with the good mark.
There's a good fish there this
Punch
time.
away too.
That's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
He's got he's going to pay mark of the year, I tell you. You better.
Like Bolton or my check?
Well, Daniel Waters is looking down 3 years running now, Daniel Waters, so he was going to keep. He told me he's going to take mark of the year, but hasn't done it. Fuchs, little right-handed tap, he'll probably take one now, Daniel Waters.
Yeah, we couldn't do it today. He wasn't playing.
Well, that's very hard to do indeed. So, but you could take a mark. Okay, handball over the top. That could be high tackle. He slide into it himself. And Tommy Taylor, the umpire says, "Hang on a minute, boys. Just take it easy. Bit of push, push, shove, shove." And I think Tommy Taylor's got the free kick.
He has.
2 T's. So he's just going to take his time here. What am I going to do? I've got to get called to play on. He does that. One step, kicks it high. Specky waiting to be taken in. Nobody can go for it. And over everybody's heads, kicked off the ground, makes another 10 metres. Picked up there, kicked out quickly by Urquhart of Mount Evelyn. Goes to centre wing, scoreboard side of the ground. Who can pick the footy up? That could be in the back. And thought against Tommy Taylor. The umpire said, yes, no. Otherwise, just plods his way in.
2 tight games around the ground, boys. The one at Junction and Powtown. It's still a 1-goal difference the way of Powtown, and it's 3/4 time up at Wandered with just a 4-point lead to Pakenham.
Okay.
3/4 time.
We always get close games and get a bit of a shootout happening normally up the kennel. And it's going to be a secondary ball up. 9.5 gone last quarter at 65 Monbulk, 56 Mount E.
Ball up. Approaching 10 gone. No one run the ruck tap that time. Getting the footy out in the ground was Folks. He's been good today, but with a little bit of fatigue just settle in for him. He's had a massive day in the ruck as the ball goes about 5 or 10 metres towards the Monbulk attacking end of the ground. We'll have another ball up. Back in the air now. Folks didn't even jump off the ground that time. And, the Monbulk ruckman just got that nice forward. Beecroft took the mark, but it wasn't 15 metres, and the ball's now scrambling around on the ground. And, another stoppage. Once again, there could be a free kick coming soon.
Usually after about 3 ball ups, I reckon, there's a free kick. Okay.
Update from officer. It's officer 21-12, 138, leading Hillsville 4 straight goals.
So you're kicking well, kicking straight and coming back a little bit. But just got to persist there when you get years like that. Quick kick out of the pack there by Barden, and I think it's gone straight out of bounds on the full it has. And the free kick here going the way of Monbulk. So just getting a little bit erratic here, man. Evelyn, the free kick going to go the way of Tommy Taylor. Is that a bit of it this last quarter? Maybe you had it before, we didn't know who it was.
That's
so,
right. I think that'll be the case.
Nah. You don't give me the right name.
Powtown's kicked another one too, Leah.
Oh, there you
They're
go.
now 12 points up on Junction.
Here we go. Tommy Taylor takes them on. Oh, there you go. Long kick down the outer side of the ground they go. But why do that? There's no one there in the Monbulk jumper. And the mark's been taken by Forbes. Should switch play, but no one prepared to switch the play at the moment. So Forbes, long left foot kick from whence it came. Ever in the front, can't take the mark. Folks at the back. It gets punched out of everybody's hands. Now they all just fall on it. It's going to be another ball up. So it's just a bit of kick-to-kick happening at the moment. And Monbulk quite happy with that, as long as they just don't get down to Evelyn's side, folks. A little drop of the ball out the back of the pack there. And they'll just start to sit on it once again. Glasses on it, because these jumpers do look a little bit alike. We're waiting for the alternate strip there, Pretz, but they're still in the manufacturer's hands. Is that right?
No.
Okay, but they weren't wearing them, so that makes it very, very difficult for everybody to say.
No, they've got their striped ones on.
No.
This year, Monbulk are actually wearing old maroon with the yellow yoke.
Okay.
For their 125th year celebrations. Just we wouldn't allow them to wear that against Mount F because it would be the same jumper.
Yeah, no, I thought they used to have a whitish sort of old West Coast Eagle type jumper, didn't they?
That was the same as, well, pretty much the same as Beaconsfield.
Yeah, but they were playing Beaconsfield, they're playing Mount Evelyn.
No, that was a long time ago, Leah.
It was only a COVID year ago.
No, it wasn't. It was a long time ago.
Throw in once again. Don't make me look bad, Chris. Don't use logic.
I'll leave it to it, Leo, because I'm going to go get ready. I'll just give you a final update. It's packing them by 7 points.
How long does it take you to get ready? To get some of the tie shoes up?
There's only 20 minutes until, 25 minutes till the end of this. Going to get changed and stretch up. It's an old aging body here, Leo. It's not a young buck anymore. I don't want to do a calf in the first 5 minutes.
I've got cows. Ball up.
Have to get Leo out there, umpire.
I'm there, you can do it.
Yeah, much is it?
You've got to play. The land ball came out, Monbulk off the ground, going to that forward 50, or nicely picked up tackle straight away with Spencer. Umpire says it's been knocked out in the tackle and it's gone out of bounds for a throw in forward pocket. Still no more Monbulk forward zone. 13 minutes gone last quarter. 65 Monbulk, 56 Mount Evelyn. Go away, Brett.
All right, enjoy, boys. I'll rage quit. Out.
I've got to come down and bag the umpire when he gets out there. Here we go. Takes it out of the ruck. There's Langworthy on the left foot. Goes right across the ground. Looking for Taylor Joyce. Just gets shoved out of the road too easily by Urquhart. Comes off the ground. He's looking for a teammate that's come straight up the side of the boot. Unfortunately for Mount Evelyn, it's gone out of bounds. Did it too easily. I think they're Urquhart. He's looking for a teammate there in absence that's gone out of bounds. He just glides along, doesn't he, Joyce? He doesn't have like a real big sprint. I don't think he jumps too high off the ground, but he's got a very strong body. And he just couldn't keep his feet there when they pushed him out. So it's a throw in centre wing, broadcast side. Nicely tapped out by folks, but it goes straight to the opposition in Beecroft. Beecroft gets a little left foot kick. Just going in under the football for Monbulk was back. Couldn't pick it up. Tommy Taylor marks, runs on, kicks a goal of the afternoon, if you don't mind, for Monbulk. And Tommy Taylor, well, luckily we got his name there, Leah, because that was a fantastic bit of play. Took the mark and played on straight away from 45, went bang.
Takes a lot of courage, particularly from someone in a situation the game is at now, where it's sort of on the balance. And to take the mark in the middle of the ground and have the belief in yourself to take the mark and play on and not only have a shot from about 45, to finish off like that, it's magnificent. His teammates have deservedly got around him, and now it's a little tricky 15-point lead.
Absolutely. 71 leads, 56-15 gone. We're halfway through the last quarter, and that was our goal of the afternoon so far. If we had an award, he'd win it. All he gets is our congratulations so far. And he's into the tackling business once more, but Mount Evelyn get a quick kick out of the pack, goes straight in the two players' hands, and unfortunately for Mount Evelyn, it's going to be a ball up. Naps has created that stoppage. They need a goal now. Do the Rovers. Up she goes. Folks just takes his people out of the ruck and just dribbles its way forward, and everybody just jumps on everybody. It's like white there for Monbulk on the bottom of the pack as well. Getting dragged out one by one at the bottom of the pack there for Mount Evelyn. Is that man, Jack Abimi? She's been quite good. Up she goes. Nobody gets it this time. Evelyn off the ground with his left foot. Back in the centre of the ground. Trying to pick it up. They can't do so. They're going to be holding the ball now. Price says they've been tackled and spun around 3 times, Gibbons, and it's going to be a free kick against you. And that's Matt. It's going to go the way of Spencer.
Spencer takes the free kick, kicks the outer side of the advantage of Joyce, and he's taken another mark. Very strong mark on the lead. A little bit of Tom Hawkins about him. Leo's telling him to go. He kicks to the forward pocket. Yes!
That's what you do. You put it
Magnificent.
Good kick. You owed him that after Langworthy gave him one just a little earlier in the third quarter as well.
Definitely.
So as I mentioned before, another opportunity for Monbulk. The last goal Mount Evelyn kicked was at the 26th minute mark of the second quarter.
So it's Langworthy on the approach. He's in the pocket. Slide angle. He's dragged that right across. It's a little bit of an upsetting effort there. It's through for Bayhane. And Monbulk now go to 11.672. Mount Evelyn need a goal. 8.856.
They play on from full back. Here they go. Come towards the broadcast side of the ground now. Goes very close to the boundary line. That's out on the full. So they've turned it over once again. And the free kick going to go the way of Monbulk. If we can get the footy back. Can't even see where it is. It's like this big dead tree. That dead gum tree now has become a ghost gum. Did you know that?
There's a fun fact of the afternoon.
Oh, just keep you interested in that little quick kick that came from that young man Wensley. And it's been touched and it's gone out of bounds. So it's created another stoppage. Monbulk quite happy to keep it in there. Forward 50, I think, Liam.
Yeah, it's getting to that stage of the game now where Mount Evelyn might just have to take the necessary risk just to score in any way possible.
I think so. They've got a score attack. Open up that full ball. It's open, as you can see. There's no one down there at all. In fact, the nearest one is in the centre of the ground, and that is Van Beek.
Major's actually just put himself behind the ball here as well. He's the only man just to the edge of the square.
No, Jared, that's about as far as he wants to go, I'd say.
They've also got another one forward of the ball just a little bit as well, and they've also got Adam Banks who's just hanging off Van Beek, really.
Yeah,
Comes out the full toe.
I don't think that's a natural right foot kick. But Monbulk letting them know too. So the one just telling them what to do, and that came off the boot of Michael Givens, who is a left footer, as you could have guessed. But even with all the setup, the ball comes back. There's not a Mount Evelyn player. Well, centre half back about as close as they can, so it's going to find it very difficult to score. Monbulk are quite happy to keep this just going to be ricocheting backwards and forward in a kick-to-kick fashion. Unless Mount Evelyn can run the football out, they won't get it up forward. The ball was dropped there by Billington rather. And there was no prior opportunity, so it's going to be a ball up. Monbulk quite happy with this. They've got a huge zone spread right across the ground here at Mount Evelyn. And Mount E, they're going to have to find their way through it. Up they go. Langworthy got the tap out there. Straight in the hands there of Beecroft. Kicks it on the left foot. It's bouncing in right at the top of the 10-metre square. What can Monbulk do here? Mount Evelyn under a lot of pressure, trying to kick it off the ground there. I thought it was Decker. He's missed that. It's going to be a ball up. But that makes it difficult to score, Liam, doesn't it? Like there's no one forward now. A couple have gone forward. Van Beek now gone forward.
It's fair enough that you want to have all your players down trying to block the footy in, more or less, if you're a Monbulk player. But if you, there's a rush behind to score there. But if you're Mount Evelyn, you've got to have one-on-one. I don't care what you say or what you think. It's no good trying to get the ball out but just having it ricocheting back into the defensive 50 all the time, as Monbulk would want.
Well, exactly.
You've got to score.
Well, you've got to score now. At the moment, it's going to be a 1-on-4 situation. If Mount Evelyn get it quickly out of attack, you're not going to win too many 1-on-4s, I wouldn't think. So it's in the centre of the ground at the moment. Scoreboard shows 73 to 56. Monbulk in the ascendancy. Here's an opportunity now for Mount Evelyn. They get the handball out the Barden on the left foot. This looks promising. And this young man looks fine as well. And Burton, he wants to go. Does so. Into the forward line it goes. Over the back of the pack. Umpire says it's okay. Could have been a bit of a push in the back, but there's too many Monbulkians there as Banks picks it up. Kicks it further in the middle of the ground. Monbulk now under man there as well. So Mount Evelyn get the ricochet. But he's just going to go backwards and forwards. Nicely done there. Picked up and kicked around the corner. Hindball. Billington did that for Mount Evelyn. Nobody can take the mark. An opportunity there. Good tackle made by Mutchler. Is anybody trying to get the football out there? Didn't make much of an effort there, I don't think. For a benefit of doubt, they're going to, in absence, going to be a ball up.
Credit to Mount Evelyn here. They've got everyone back. It's a good one-on-one sort of contest with everyone around the footy. As it's bobbling around inside forward 50, a little clearing kick by Monbulk goes towards the line. They'll mop up there, Mount Evelyn, and that was Inapsu had the footy, but he just ran out of room and slid over the line for a throw-in front of the pavilion here. We've gone 20 and a half minutes. We're into time on. And the next score just about wins this game. The ball's back into play. Good tap out that time by Mount Evelyn. They've got a chance to the footy. Beamish had the footy. Sort of got crunched as he tried to handball it. That's a legal disposal. Couldn't get a hand to it. That's nearly high contact. As the ball comes right in front of us.
Yeah, you're right there, Liam. But we've got a good view of it.
Yep. All back in the air now. Merritt's in the ruck now for Mount Evelyn. Havern's still in the ruck for Monbulk, I should say. He's been fantastic all day. As we'll have another stoppage here. And I don't think Monbulk will mind that. Keeping the ball tight. Getting some
full-time score up at Jay. 2-7-9. What have we got? I can't read that. Can you got the glasses on there?
It's 2-5-17 to 13-14-92. Alexandra with the win there.
Okay, so it's one full-time score against Langworthy. Advantage fade. I think Tiki Mala almost marked the free kick against for in the back. Monbulk is defending grimly here at the moment. As Mount Evelyn are trying to get a goal on the board. And over there at Yarra Junction at 70-65. Okay, so there we go. 42-94 there. Yarra Glen over Broadford at the moment. And Kinglake 111 over 43 at the moment over Millgrove.
They got a chance here. Mount Evelyn through Fuchs. Got the free kick for high contact. He kicks the ball inside forward 50. No one can mark the ball. Merritt attacked the ball hard. Didn't really get rid of it in a proper manner. The ball's come to Cassini. He kicks it to the outer side. And the mark's been taken this time by Decker. And he can settle things down a little bit once again as Mount Evelyn were threatening as we got another full-time score. Belgrave 9-5-59 going down to General Cock 2 18-18 126. Ball's inside 50 for Monbulk. Has tried to be socket away. It's still bobbing around in that 50-metre arc. And it'll stay locked in there now. We're going to have a ball up. Another full-time score. Berwick Springs, fourth quarter, my apologies. 7-5, trailing Emeralds 13-16. Ball back in the air, both ruckman let it hit the ground, they both ran into each other. Ball's now outside 50 now, they've got a chance here, the Rovers. The ball's out of their defensive 50, they're going to get a chance. The ball's inside 450, they need a mark. Van Beek came late but he couldn't get there in time. And a nice mark taken there. Taken by Banks.
And you just chip it around, can't they?
Yeah, they can try and take a lot more time off the clock here. You'll get it back again, Banks.
Couple of scores there too. I think Hillsville still on the 4 goals, well down. 24 130. Yeah. We'll get a Premier League, see what's happening up there in Premier.
Wensley has the footy, kicks down the line, 1-on-1. Oh, nearly taking the one-handing mark was Beck. He now follows up with a tackle beautifully. Umpire says play on. Good tackle there once again by Beck on Forbes. And a good tackle there by Spencer.
Got some Premier scores there.
Cranbourne at 23 goals, 12 leading. Upway Tacoma's 3-4. Rory Alec.
Oh, look at a barrel by Evelyn. Goes in the goal square. Beautiful bit of a talk there. Zach tell you last night. Jones there from Mount Evelyn tries to pick it up. It's gone out of bounds. What else is happening?
Rory Alec 148 over Dalton 41. That's full time.
Okay.
3-quarter time 10-10-70 Wandon. Packman 11-17-83.
Wow. Okay. So it's getting away a little bit there. Fourth quarter action. So forward pocket. That's a big throw in. Almost the centre corridor. Mount Evelyn. They want to get out of there quickly. No one went in to pick the ball up. The guys just taking a tug of war. There's a draw, and I'm going to ball it up. We've been going 24 and a half minutes now, Liam. It's 73 leading 56. And I think Mount Evelyn have just left it a little bit too late. Have not kicked the goal since half time, if you don't mind. So they really have come to a bit of a grinding hole. Opportunity once again. Monbulk, they seem to be full of running in this last quarter. They did come out angry after half time. And have so far kicked 5 goals to zip, if you don't mind. Sent by Lou Wallace. It's a complete contrast to what the game was like, Liam, early in that first half, isn't it?
Exactly, you're exactly right.
Opportunity there was Gibbons who kicked it out there for Mount Evelyn. Here's an opportunity, you've got to move. You've got to move. They're just looking around and letting too many Monbulk players run down. An opportunity now. Good looking kick off the boot. Is it far enough? No, but you can take that mark, Mount Evelyn. Get a little kick out of the top. That could have been a young fella in Beamish. But there's too many Monbulk players. Handball over the top. Looking there for Emmett. What's he done with it? He's on the hands and knees. Can they pick it up? They cannot. Also there is Decker of Monbulk. And it's going to be a ball up and blinking up very slowly there for Mount Evelyn. Grasping his left shoulder. Up she goes. In the back against, I thought Mount Evelyn. Umpire says it's all right. Barden got a kick, but it's been touched off the boot. Play on, says the umpire. This time it's been picked up, kicked around the corner. This is Adam Banks. Very high. Oh, great mark there by Hearn. That's also one of our marks of the afternoon. Don't turn it over, Monbulk. We've done this a couple of times. Kick the ball, Jack. Just kick it. Get it out of there. He does so now. Straight down the left side of the ground. Up the line they go.
Oh, they go.
Road. Here's an opportunity. The kick comes off the inside of the boot, unfortunately, there for Spencer. And it's gone out in the full. Yeah, just let him down, himself down a couple of times with his boot.
Callum Urquhart's actually just come from the ground here for Mount Evelyn. He was on the ground, very, very slow to get up, had a very severe case of cramp there. He was just trying to loosen himself up. He's actually come to the ground, up on the ground. I think that'll do him for the day.
Pushy shoving there. Can play Callum Urquhart too. Big rat for the young man. He got clobbered in that marking contest at centre half forward where that helped anything to do it. Still a bit of pushy shoving, jumping, tagging. You don't want to buy a rip jumper. The free kick goes to Monbulk. It's Ashley Beck got it. And the skipper over the top they go now too. What the skipper is one of the better players that handle over the top. Kiff gets it now for Mount Evelyn. Getting a bit dull out here too. Kicks it in the centre of the ground. Who can pick it up? Oh, the only one who went for the ball hard there was Adam Banks. And he earned himself a free kick. Adam Banks going to the forward pocket. Kill it if he wants to. Evelyn there doing quite nicely in the last quarter and opportunity now. He's 40 plus out. Can't kick a ball long. He's on his left leg. It's a long side at this stage. But he's going to pretend to take as much time as he can, I would think, Liam, at the 27 and a bit minute mark, with 73 leading 56. So it wouldn't be too much longer, I wouldn't think. So he's just going to take as long as he likes, as the umpire says. You've got to get a move on. He kicks it down to the top of the goal square. Lane front. Clunk. Can take a good mark, does Michael Langworthy. And this is the last nail in the coffin. And he's going to take all the time he likes to. Michael Langworthy's been good since he's been in a ruck. He's been pretty consistent all day. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. And Michael Langworthy. This is going to go so far in that bush, they're going to take 2 hours to get it back, I reckon, Liam.
I can maybe jag myself a footy if it's still there after the game.
Well, you like jagging yourself jumpers and footies, I can tell. So coming in. Well, he takes a long run up and only kicks it about 20 metres. He put me down there, Michael. I thought you were going to kick that to King come. And 12 goals goes on the board. And Monbulk, they are that, 12-7, 79. They lead Mount Evelyn 8-56. And we have now been going just over the 28-minute mark of the last quarter. I can't believe that since half-time, Liam, Mount Evelyn have kicked 4 behinds.
Yeah, that's disappointing, really, from a team that's started the season so well to really just fall behind in that manner and only score 4 behinds, as you said, to six goals, to 6-5. It's really disappointing. As the ball's back in the air now. No ruckman really won the tap. They both got their hands to the footy there, and we'll have another stoppage. 28 and 3/4 minutes gone. Final term. Monbulk are going to come away with another fantastic win here today. You can start the car and just about make your way out, I think.
Well, it puts them on top, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Game clear.
Yep.
So, I thought Mount Evelyn hadn't played the 4 game. They've won this game at home, so this is a big win for Monbulk.
There was a good tap that time. That came from Merritt. And they'll get a clearing kick here by Mount Evelyn. They might have a chance, but that's it. There's the siren. And Monbulk, a famous victory of sorts. They were down by 14 points at half-time, and they've come away with a 23-point win, a 35-point turnaround. Mount Evelyn 8-8-56, Monbulk 12-7-79, the AFL Outer East match of the day. And Leo, I think you'd agree that Mount Evelyn would be a little bit disappointed, if not very disappointed, in their second half.
I don't think I want to be in the rooms just after the game, but I think Mark Fisher, the coach, is going to get stuck into them. You can't have an 8-goal first half and then fall behind second half. You're not going to win many games, and if you're pretending to be one of the top sides in Division 1 this year, that is just not good enough, especially on your home deck. They'll be very disappointed with that, kicking only the solitary 4 behinds in the second half, and really everything just fell to pieces after that. Monbulk, well, they've had a pretty even game, 6-2 in the first half, 6-5 in the second half, so can't be too disappointed, and I don't think they played at their very best either. So I think these two sides will still figure in the long run, Liam, but all in all, Monbulk, congratulations to them, gives them the opportunity now to be on top of game clear. Mount Evelyn, they'll go back and rue this, and I'm certainly they'll watch the replay and see where they went wrong and maybe just change a few of their setups. But all in all, great win here to the Monbulk Hawks. So what we might do is quickly go back to the studios of Yarra Valley FM for a short break. We'll come here, we'll wrap up this game. We'll have all the scores from in and around town as well. Thanks, Dylan.